And we are recording.
Alrighty. When last we left off, the Wolf Pack, currently working under the direction of Toril Redfire and the rebel group known as the Voiceless, found themselves in a bit of a sticky situation. After undertaking a mission to gain influence and the support of Oakland, our adventurers sought information about the Voiceless scout known as Harding. Without much information to go on, however, they sought knowledge from a few different sources before finding something somewhat credible, at least in appearance. In a tavern in the Imperial Ward, a bartender offered to put them in contact with a regular patron of his, known as Sir Lawrence, who was said to be an associate of Scout Harding. He would meet them at the Shrine of Eredor in the Maple Ward, just before midnight. The party arrived, and while waiting, Tyler made an offering to the old elven Lord of Nature, before being suddenly ambushed by a force of Imperial Guard and Lightblades. Lawrence, it turned out, was actually a peacekeeper in disguise, and was attempting to arrest them for treason against the Empire. Instead of surrendering, the Wolfpack decided to take action, fighting the Imperials to the last man, but unfortunately, Lawrence was able to get away in the confusion of battle. Standing victorious over the bodies of their attackers, the pack soon realized that more were on their way, and they would be swarmed again if they did not seek refuge soon. And that's where we pick up. You guys are still standing over around a bunch of corpses in this Shrine of Eredor. A few of you up on this platform up by the shrine itself, a few down low near some of the shrine stones, and numerous Imperial corpses, and several light blades that had the unfortunate encounter of meeting you guys in battle. As you hear off in the distance the sound of what sounds like marching men heading your way and getting closer by the second, what would you like to do?
Oh, traditionally, I like to pull the teeth from my victims. Do we have time?
We definitely do not have time for that gruesome shit.
Okay.
Also, we need to have a fucking dialogue about that habit.
Oh.
Sometime once this all wraps up.
Yeah, okay. I'm exhausted. Let's go.
Yeah, let's just fucking run.
Yep.
Alright, you guys take off into the city, trying to avoid some of the sounds. I'm assuming you guys are trying to keep out of sight from anyone, correct?
Absolutely.
Alright, I'm gonna have everybody roll stealth check.
And I'm gonna get Elvis up and around looking for patrols.
Alright.
As well.
Go ahead. Yep. Go ahead and
it's nighttime, right?
Yes. At this point, it's a bit past midnight at this point. And for anyone that actually cares about the calendar, it is officially the first day of the month of planting. So
we just planted a bunch of fucking Imperial bodies, so.
You did, yeah. You just very well fertilized the area around the shrine. So there's that.
Oh, it's very important that we all stay extremely quiet.
Yeah, that's implied.
He said, yeah, I'm assuming Tez says that in what he assumed was a stage whisper and was not.
Pretty much.
He's in that role.
Not good.
Okay, you guys, I mean, it's for a group stealth check, so you guys didn't do too bad. Tez is a bit hard to hide in the best of circumstances, and this is hardly the best of circumstances. But with a little bit of help from the rest of the group, you guys are able to maintain a relatively low profile. Finn, go ahead and roll a stealth check for Elvis.
It's a 20. This should be on there, right?
Or not stealth,
right.
Perception, sorry.
Oh, perception, okay.
Yep.
Come on, baby. Oh, hell yeah.
There we go. Same thing, okay. Alright, so with your pseudo-dragon up in the air kind of helping you, and given those stealth checks, it's not that hard to evade the large groups of what now Elvis can see and you relay to the group are in fact squadrons of Imperial Guard that are starting to flood the streets, almost like an infection in a bloodstream, spreading out. Just at this point, setting up like a loose perimeter. They haven't quite gotten everywhere they need to, and with that, you guys are able to kind of can't even talk tonight. Sneak past a little bit before they get to where you're at, and make your way west over into the Westerwood district. As they continue to bottle up the area, as the night goes on a little bit and you make your way deeper and deeper into the Westerwood, you would expect to stop hearing so much activity as you're getting farther away, but it sounds like it's getting louder, and you're getting the feeling that after they set up that perimeter, they're probably going to start moving out from there, just to make sure. Are you guys heading in a specific direction at this point?
I mean, are we talking about getting the fuck out of Oakland? I mean, I'm assuming that's the page everybody's on, right?
Yeah.
Might not be a bad idea.
Alright, it's pretty fucking hot in here, so. And I've refreshed me, I don't have the big map in front of me. Do we want to, like, head to one of these other towns, or do we want to, like, just dip back into the woods?
We do need to get my associates, Willem, Janie, and Jerry, of course.
Shit.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Whatever will you do without them?
I'll be a nice DM and remind you of the wagon.
Oh, they got the wagon, right?
Where did we? Shit, I don't remember. Did we? I know they're
We had
set
an
up
inn.
at the end. They're at the end, but is the wagon there as well? Or did we have to? I don't know if or to
My
stable.
knowledge, yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys stabled it at the brothel / inn.
Oh, okay. I mean, we have to go get the wagon anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I can have Elvis, like,
But
fly and find those three little fuckers and give them a note. Can they read?
Oh, yes, indeed.
I mean,
Willem Alone's very educated.
How far away is the inn from where we're at?
I don't even think it's in the same district.
It was in the western ward, right?
Yeah, it should be in the Westerwood. Let me double check exactly where that would be. Thought I already had this one pulled up. Apparently not. You guys were staying at the Greenhouse, the large brothel staffed with non-humans. Yeah, that would be over in the Westerwood, like on one of the main roads into town.
All right, so
If you guys keep going on a west direction, like you guys already were, or I had you guys already going, then yeah, I mean, you can stop in there and grab everything. It might it's technically on the way, depending on what direction you want to go.
But before we leave, would it be wise to go back to the Imperial Ward and find the bartender and kill him?
it wouldn't be wise. It would be fucking rewarding as fuck. But we'll have to put a pin in that one and come back later. Don't worry, I got a whole plan for that dude.
Oh, okay. You all seem to make much better decisions than I do.
Oh, Jesus, that is the first time that has been made about our group. That is terrifying.
Well,
Yeah, don't get used to that.
come then.
Hell yes. Yeah, let's run back by the spot and grab your little fucking minions and get the fuck out of town.
Okay.
Hey, has anybody seen Garuk?
Yeah, I was going to mention, at this point, you kind of look around and you notice Garuk is nowhere to be found.
God
Finn,
damn
you
it,
have
dude,
you
that
look
bitch is
over
the
at
worst.
Taylor, and you find a note sticking out of their pocket a little bit. Like an odd, it catches your eye just because it's odd to see a piece of paper that looks half crumpled sticking out of a pocket that obviously.
Mm-hmm. Taylor, you have a note in your pocket.
Well, take it out.
Like something's about to fall out, so grab it.
You check the note, and it's written in Elvish, but it says, "Went off on my own, we'll catch up. Garuk."
It's a message from Garuk. He'll catch up to us at some point.
Oh, pardon me. Who's Garuk?
The shifty little elf chick that was with us earlier.
Did I see her?
Yeah,
Who cares? Let's go.
I mean, it's really hard to notice when she's there.
Yeah, she's real chatty.
More chatty than me.
She lurks a lot.
Okay. I'll believe you.
Alright, so, yeah, let's run back to the fucking green room and get our shit, get the fuck out.
We weren't here very long, were we?
Not even a night.
Definitely, yeah, not once again.
God, that's funny.
You stayed here for less than 24 hours. This is the second time.
We're getting good at this.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Really setting down those roots in Westerwood, I gotta tell you. But with that, you guys keep heading over to the greenhouse. It's still open because it's a bar and a brothel in the middle of the night. Heading inside, you are pretty easily able to grab your stuff. Tez, your 3 companions are all there, and a little confused as to why they're having to leave in the middle of the night, given that 2 of them were enjoying the libations of the greenhouse. But
what time is it?
At this point, it's like pushing 2, 3 in the morning.
Oh, I'll carry Jerry because he's definitely shit-faced. Wasted.
Yeah, he very much was. Like he was almost to like the point of just every other word was a hiccup. So.
Oh yes, Jerry gets very sleepy in the evenings.
I need sleep.
Oh, come. I'll just pick him up with one gigantic arm and just carry him.
Easy enough to do. The stable master kind of gruffs a lot at you as you get the horses saddled back up to the wagon and everything set up on there, but
the fucking stack of gold coins I slide his way, I'm assuming ceases that grumbling.
The gruffing stops immediately, and he does it almost with a smile on his face, despite the fact that it's 2 in the morning. So you don't think you've ever seen anyone that happy to be doing a laborious task at 2 in the morning.
Yep.
But pretty easily, you're all set with the wagon, and everyone seems to be ready to go. You just need to pick a direction and hope you don't run into the guard at that point.
Where do we want to go? Do we want to head back north?
Well, let's do this real quick. Can you target us on the actual map, Corey?
Yeah. So on the map yourself, you're about in this area. This is kind of where
really we
the
should
western
right
greenhouse is.
Go.
Obviously, you've
hit
got
that
4 different routes. In and
hit
out
that
of the
exit
city.
up there, right? We don't want to go through town.
Oh no, I mean
Yeah.
we're going ultimately. I mean, basically, we're going either north or south.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming since we got to get around up north, like we're definitely probably shouldn't go to Elvenon because that's going to be more Imperials, which is probably not going to be great for our brand right now. So do we want to try to go up to Yord and come back to Oakland?
I mean, that might be worth it.
Yeah, I mean, unless we want to go like leg it back to the hideout.
Have any of you ever been to Yord?
Nope.
What can we expect in Yord?
Hopefully
Have we
not
been to
a
Yord?
fucking million Imperials that want to kill us.
Well, we could kill them.
I'd say the twins, both of you roll a history check at disadvantage. You guys haven't been to Yord specifically, but there's only so many settlements up here, and your dad did travel a lot for work, so I'll give you the chance to have a little bit of information on it.
Yeah, I don't know shit about Yord.
That's a 1.
Wow.
Oof.
Alrighty.
That's a hard no.
Taylor.
You guys, goodness gracious.
So yeah, Tyler, you start thinking about it, and you're just like, I'm pretty sure it doesn't have trees. And that's about the
I
extent
didn't think it did.
that you get.
Not interested.
Yeah, Taylor, you remember a little bit more just because your dad had to go up there a couple of times for work, and learning from him and some of his ranger buddies, you did hear some stories about it. It's built up and carved out of the mountains. It's very much a hardened settlement. More mountainous people. A lot of Goliaths live up there, having given up the nomadic lifestyle with the settlement by the Empire in the Black Rise Mountains, and kind of formed just this one place. It's it's technically the highest settlement in the Empire, altitude-wise, so you guys are basically heading to Denver if you go up there. But it's not a very well-defended. It relies a lot more on the fact that it's mountains. And it's not very popular. Like, there's not a whole lot of people that live there because it's not great terrain. There's not a lot of farming. It's not exactly on a trade route. There's not even an official path from Yord through the mountains up to the north itself. It's just up there by itself. So, not a whole lot of travel going there, but it exists, and it typically doesn't give the Empire a whole lot of grief, from what you remember hearing.
Mm.
They're kind of the, stay out of our way and we'll stay up in our mountains kind of people.
I'd pass that information along.
Perfect. We'll just convince them that the Empire's going to take them over like the Empire took over Oakland, pushed all the non-humans out.
Okay. Let's do that then.
All right, well then I say we head immediately to the south, but then find a spot once we're out of sight of the inn to turn around. Do we ever figure out, can one of those halflings drive the cart? Because I definitely don't know how.
I thought Taylor was. My halflings aren't super skilled at much of anything.
Well, then why can't they be good at driving the wagon?
Yeah, I'm fairly certain, I'm looking over their, the details you had for them.
Yeah.
I'll say, you know what, Zach, roll me a d20.
Okay. Zip. That's about right.
Yeah, no, none of them know how. If you rolled higher than a 10, I was going to give you a chance for one of them to know how, but
I'm gonna shake Jerry a little bit. Like at this point, I'm holding him like a baby. Jerry, can you drive a cart? Can you control these horses? Wake up!
What the cart?
I don't think that Jerry can do it.
All right, well, Taylor, Tyler, when you guys driving? I mean, I can give it a shot.
I can drive it.
All right, there you go.
All right, go ahead and give me. We'll make it an animal handling check for you with advantage.
Nice.
There you go.
All right, easy enough. It's a little late, and the horses were sleeping, but pretty soon you're able to wake them up and get them going. So, you guys are taking the northwest road out of town.
No, we're taking the southwest road farther into town, then turning around and getting out of town.
Making it look like we're heading south, and then once we're out of sight, turning north.
Yeah, because anybody at that fucking tavern will sell us out in a heartbeat.
Yep.
Fair. As you guys are going, you do see, having to go a little bit deeper into town and then, make the turn. You do see a little bit more of an Imperial presence. Everybody go ahead and give me another stealth check. I will say...
And I still got Elvis on the fucking Sky and on the Overwatch, so...
You do, and that's going to affect the DC. Your guys' wagon, is it covered? I don't think we ever talked about that.
I don't think we ever did.
No, I think it can be, but it's not currently.
Yeah, I think it's
Okay.
it's like a Conestoga style ware we can throw
Are you
it.
guys, all
That's
just
what
like
I was
sitting
envisioning anyway.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Are any of you laying down in it, or are you just sitting normally?
I mean, it's got high sides, right?
It's got
I'd
fairly
be
high
laying down.
sides, but I mean, if you're sitting on...
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, no, I'm
Tyler will be
laying
able
down.
to
I got
manage
Elvis
because she's basically like...
above.
Yeah, and that'll affect the DC. It's not going to be a high group DC.
But no, like I said, I'm laying down and just like warging through his fucking eyes. So...
Oh yeah,
Okay.
those are some good rolls.
Yep.
Yeah, no, those are good rolls. Yeah, you got group check already passed with just that. So, yeah, you guys managed to maintain a fairly low profile, just making it look like, I don't know, you guys are late night delivery men or something. Keeping yourselves, the Imperials, they seem to not be focused too much on you guys. I mean, they're rushing to get to different checkpoints and everything like that. Some of them are starting to go door to door at some of the bigger areas and empty warehouses and things like that, just kind of looking for some obvious hiding spots. You get the feeling they're probably not looking for someone hiding in plain sight in a fucking wagon at the moment. So, but with that, you can keep going on, eventually curling down, heading out of town along the southwest road. I'll have you guys give one more stealth check because there is going to be a checkpoint up here, and they are stopping some people. There's a couple people out and about.
Is there a way to get out of town that's not through like a major gate? Would there be like?
I mean, you could go off roading if you want.
I mean, we got a pretty fucking sturdy wagon, right?
Well, I
sturdy.
don't know how sturdy. We had to repair it on the
I mean,
way.
it's not built for off roading, but I mean, depending
it
on
was mended though.
Yeah, I think
depending
I
on
mended
handling
it like
skills of
really
someone,
well.
It might go well off road.
Jesus, we should really go off road with this one. Is
I
what
mean, I could probably try to
thinking.
bullshit us through the gate, but I mean, it's not a guarantee. I don't know what y'all think. Chance it on the off road, or you want me to try to fucking bullshit us through the gate?
Well, I trust you.
I mean, if we go
Alright.
off road, that might look a little bit more suspicious.
Well, ideally, they wouldn't see us going off road.
Yeah,
But yeah.
they're outside. Yeah.
That's true. I guess, do they have flying shit? I don't know. I guess I just assume that, like, maybe do they have like an Elvis flying around?
Mm.
Does Elvis see
I
anything
assume that they
flying
do,
around?
just in case.
Yeah, I guess we'll just try for the gate then.
Okay.
Do we have
we-
like? I'm assuming we got like blankets and shit, right? Can like Tez get underneath that? Like, can you look like some barrels?
I mean, I can try. I was envisioning this car like Tez is 6'6", 250. Like he's a big person, a big person. But I still envision this wagon as being even big enough for him to kind of hide in. But I don't know if that's actually the case.
Yeah, I mean, we'd have to like cover you up with some shit, but yeah,
Yeah.
like, I mean, because it's like a fucking guard wagon, right? Like, it's got room in the back for like a troop of guards.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'll do that. Easy enough. Oh, I just kind of lay on the ground and kind of curl up. Okay, throw them on top of me.
Halflings sit on top of that pile of stuff and be sleeping.
Do I get an advantage on my stealth check since I'm covered in blankets?
I'd say it probably affect your DC.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, you're still fucking like you're a giant massive meat on the land.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, we can
yeah.
like, you know, we can try to church it up a little bit. I mean,
yeah. I mean,
we
it's
all
not,
got blankets and bedrolls.
Try to hide up
yeah.
the like generic shape, but
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna like arrange shit so it, you know, I'll have curl up in a ball and then like put shit over it so it looks like just normal stuff fucking stowed in the wagon.
Cool.
What are we? I mean, nobody talked to the cops, probably except me. I'm assuming that's cool with everybody. Obviously, Tez, mum's the word. Okay. What are we doing? Like, why are we leaving town in the middle of the night? Are we like trappers? We're going out to like catch, like get the traps emptied.
I know what we don't do. We don't tell them what we just did.
Definitely. Thank you.
Very
good note.
Good idea.
Now hold the fuck still and be quiet because I gotta cover you up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, Teo, you look woodsy, right? Like, that'd be
Absolutely.
believable. Like, yeah. We're fur traders. We're gonna check our traps before the fucking predators come through and eat the like nocturnal animals we've trapped.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
Alright. I mean, it's like woodsy shit. It's the only thing fucking half elves are good for, right? I'm just getting into character 100%, not just me. I'm saying, like, when I say that shit, just, like, look browbeaten like this is your spot. What? These guys are all fucking racist. I see no reason not to take advantage of that.
You do have a point.
100%, that's the best way to not look fucking guilty is just shamelessly shit on non-humans.
That is a way to get the Imperials on your side.
Yeah. They'll look at me twice like, yeah, I know, right? I'm like, whoo. You people are fucking worse. I
These
can't wait
fucking
till you're all
elves.
dead. Yeah.
Yep.
Alright, so merchant for traders, cool. Nobody talked to the fucking cops. I mean, if they address you, answer them. Like, don't be weird. Just like no details, and definitely don't
Should I
fucking
talk in Elven
freelance.
to them?
Oh, that'd be perfect.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll only speak Elvish.
Sweet. I think I speak Elvish. Probably 100% don't. Definitely do not speak Elvish. So I'll pretend. Like, I'll just nod. So, alright.
Alright, that's a good plan.
Alright, well, with that plan, you guys keep going down the road. I'll go ahead and say, just to see, because not everyone is getting stopped. There's not an official checkpoint up yet or anything, at least this far away from the quote-unquote epicenter of all of that noise. Go ahead and someone roll a deception check for me.
I think we all know who that's going to be.
Yep.
Alright, here we go.
Fuck.
Oh, shit. That's not great.
I'll say with advantage, because you are all kind of having your own roles to play in all of this, so go ahead and give it a reroll.
That's better.
Much better.
Alright. Okay. Yeah, you guys keep going, and you pass one group of Imperials. They don't seem to stop you or anything. Pass the second group of Imperials. They kind of eye you a little bit, but they don't seem to stop you or anything. Third group of Imperials, they stop you and just kind of give you a quick look before motioning you forward. And you keep going, and you don't see any groups of Imperials after that. You start making way out of town.
Alright. Let's fucking...
Oof.
We'll keep the same pace.
Oh,
Not
definitely.
to look
Yeah.
guilty.
Yep.
Yeah, which is smart, because Finn, with your high-ass passive perception, you do kind of peek back and you notice that as you keep going farther and farther away, that third group's still kind of eyeing you a little bit, but they're not, like, flagging you down and trying to chase you down or anything, so more just, alright, we'll let it slide for now.
There we go. I think we're in the clear.
Yeah, probably keep going for another
Oh, yeah,
little bit,
definitely.
then maybe bed for the night. go
I
for
don't know,
another
man. I
hour.
say we fucking just go tired,
I
because...
just want to go.
Yeah. Well, because
Alright.
we want to get, like, headed back north while we still got the time, because eventually they're going to figure out what gate we went through. And they're going to get hauling ass to the south. They're going to figure out pretty fucking quick we're not down there. So,
Fair enough.
I mean, unless we're going to ditch the wagon and go fucking over the land. But I don't particularly want to do that. So I say we just keep going this way. If that's cool with everybody.
Yeah, same.
Sweet.
Oh, okay.
Well then, let's fucking stay on the road.
Easy enough to do. You guys continue on the road for a little bit.
Can I catch a short rest in the back of a wagon?
I'll say, it takes a little bit longer than a normal short rest would, because it's a little more uncomfortable, but it's doable. Depending on how long you guys are on this road, you probably have enough time.
I mean, I'm just basically, as soon as we get out of town, I'm just napping out.
Fair.
Like once
Yeah,
once we're out of sight of
yeah.
Well, a short rest isn't even a nap. It's just like chilling out. So
Yeah, it's chilling out for like 30 to 60 minutes. I'd say because it's a little more uncomfortable and rocking in the wagon, probably be like closer to 90, but it's doable.
cool. As long as I don't get attacked within 90 minutes, I got my spell point back.
All right, and as that's going, because you guys are now back out in the Redwood Forest, I need somebody to roll me a D100.
I'll do it.
There you go.
Yay. Do it.
Roll good. I don't know if high or low, which one's better.
You'll never know.
All right. You guys continue going. It's about 60 minutes after you've left. 90-minute mark passes, so Finn, you do get your short rest. And anyone who wanted to take a short rest at that time, other than Taylor, because he's driving the cart.
I would. I'm going to roll some hit die if that's okay.
That's fine, yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that too.
Re-roll that. I don't allow, like, that's dumb for hit
That
die.
is fucking ridiculous. I was gonna roll 3, so I can I can re-roll that one.
Yeah, no. That,
Okay, awesome.
For getting hit points and for a hit die, like, it just seems dumb.
Thank you.
Like, it's one thing for spells, but... No.
Sweet. I think I
That
got.
helped a lot.
I didn't even get hit that fight. I didn't get
Some
touched.
of you got wailed on, and the others
I got
did not.
I got my ass beat big time.
I got beat pretty bad.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you are the tank, so...
Yeah, that's true. I felt like that
Yeah, so, I
battle
mean,
though. I got
big metal men saw big fur men and decided we're gonna,
yeah,
like, just go fucking Kong versus Mechagodzilla over here.
pretty much.
All right, but it's past that. Like, it's almost 2 hours after you guys have left. Taylor, you feel the air change. Not quite like the air temperature or the wind or anything like that. More of just the ambiance. Instead of it being, typical forest, it almost feels like you're being watched. And Finn, you feel that as well. Tyler, you kind of pick up on them feeling something, and then you feel it. Tez, you don't feel shit.
Oh,
Like you barely notice that they're kind of looking around, and that's it. That's the extent of what you notice.
I want to
that's
say
as
for
much.
fun, he's still under the blankets.
That's as much as my 10 passive wisdom gets.
Yeah, you're able to notice that your teammates are looking outside of the cart, and that's about it. You can't even tell that they're like on alert at this point.
Yeah, I would envision my short rest was like me just dozing off for a second under the blankets. I think Willem is probably like petting my head.
Yeah, they're just kind of tending to you a little bit. But yeah, the three of you kind of pick up something's up. Like, this doesn't feel right.
We should probably lay low.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna send Elvis up.
All right, he's flying up in the air. Go ahead and give me a perception check from him.
And he gets advantage on his perception checks.
If he does.
Because he has keen
He has
senses.
dark vision.
Yes, he has dark vision and keen senses.
How far out is his dark vision?
60, so it's not great.
Okay. Yeah, and the roll wasn't great either. That's all right.
Nope. 2 9s.
Yeah, you send him up and start trying to keep an eye out for things. He doesn't get the best sense of everything just because of the trees and forest cover. It's not quite what he's used to spotting. He's typically more accustomed, at least with you, looking for like cities.
Yeah.
Trying to spot things through the foliage is a little bit different. He doesn't seem to see anything. You guys do... You're not quite shocked, but it does catch you by surprise when an arrow thunks into the side of the wagon.
Oh. I'll stir a bit.
Oh, I'm ready to fucking...
What was that?
Can I see where it came from?
Go and roll a perception check. Yeah, pretty easily. It's off to, as you guys are heading kind of southwest, it came from more like the northwest part of the road, so to your right, essentially, as you guys are heading down that way. But you also are kind of able to tell where it came from. It was kind of it seems like it was an intentional shot into the side of the wagon. Like a warning.
I'm gonna refresh my Armor of Shadows, because I think it's been on for a while.
Well, it seems like it was a warning shot. Should I stop the cart?
Might want to. Let's see what's so fucking urgent.
And I will stop the cart.
Alright, you stop the cart.
I assume that was intentional. Or you're just a bad shot?
You watch as 3 archers slowly stalk their way out of the foliage. They don't appear to be wearing Imperial garb. They do have their bows armed, not arrows knocked, and drawn but not aimed directly at you at the moment.
Can we tell?
Can we help you?
Are they humans or otherwise? What are they?
Yeah, so...
Go ahead and roll. But I'll say, oh no, anyone who wants to, go ahead and roll a perception check, because it's still dark, and they're making their way closer to you, slowly, but you're starting to look at them now.
With my devil sight, I'm like perfect vision out to 120. So,
yeah,
as soon as I get close.
You're able to pretty clearly see them. Yeah, as soon as they get out of the foliage, you're able to see them, Finn. Everybody else, it's a little harder to see, but they are very much not human. It looks like 2 elves and 1 individual that seems to have almost like a whitish pink skin.
Sweet. Well, they're not cops, so... Oh. Y'all voiceless? Or are you just quiet?
We are of the voiceless. You are the wolf pack, correct?
Oh, hello!
Yes.
What happened in Oakland?
We got fucking sold out. We were looking for that scout we were supposed to meet up with, and must have asked the wrong person about him.
This is Scout Harding you were asking about, correct?
Yes.
Were you able to find out anything of him?
I'm assuming he is in Imperial clutches, would be my guess, or dead. One of the two. Because as soon as we said his name, like, we got ratted out almost immediately and set up. Oh, we killed like 2 more light blades and shit more Imperials, but that also happened in Oakland.
Was there anyone else that saw you besides these Imperials, and I'm assuming who you asked?
I mean, we were around town, but like people at the inn saw us.
What location do you think you were ratted out at?
Shit, what was the name of the bar? It was in the Imperial Ward.
That would be the Emperor's Cup.
Yep, that's the one.
Emperor's Cup.
And on my to-do list
Why
is
were you
like...
asking about a non-human in an Imperial ward?
Because the other places we asked about him, nobody knew where he was.
You said you killed several Imperial Guard and Lightblades. Was there anyone else at the fight?
Yeah, they said they called him Sir Lawrence, but he was obviously a fucking Imperial, so... Yes, and he got away. So we definitely got made.
Shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's not good.
Not at all.
Toral sent us to keep out of the city in case you needed any support, but it very clearly went tits up.
Definitely.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
What are we doing now?
Where are you going now?
We were gonna head to Yord since Oakland seemed a little hot, and Elvenon's still probably a little on the toasty side too. So
Yord probably would be the best bet, although it seems like you're heading in the wrong direction for that. Unless you were planning on just skirting the city.
yeah, we're circling back north. We're not fucking idiots. We assume that they're going to be onto us eventually, so we figured head south for a little ways, then cut back north. We just had to get outside the side of the gate, or the guards.
The female elf that's been kind of mainly spearheading this looks at her 2 companions, looks back to you. Pull your cart off the road, we'll escort you around the city and make sure no Imperials spot you in the process. My suggestion would be, once you get to Yord, stay up there at least a week. I'll rendezvous with the rest of our agents in the city to confirm if Harding is actually dead or not, and hopefully calm things down a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, they were on to him, like, immediately. They said
Wow.
we said his name in the wrong bar one time, and I mean we got set up quick.
We'll figure it out and hopefully try to keep the Imperials from raising the city in the process of looking for you. Like I said,
Hopefully they're real big assholes. That'll make it easier to fucking turn Oakland against them.
that would be nice, but unfortunately they have brought enough men up from the south in the past couple of days. They might actually have the forces to just take it. We'll see. We'll try to keep everything from boiling over too much while you're up in Yord. Pull the wagon off. You can either rest for the night or we'll escort you up now. I'll leave that up to you.
I don't know what you guys think.
I mean, I'm fine going.
I think we ought to stay on the move.
Yeah, it'd probably be safest.
Let's keep
Alright.
moving.
Then let's go. Follow me through the trees.
Oh,
And with that, I'm assuming you guys follow in the wagon.
mm-hmm.
All right.
Hey Tez, how do you feel about like shaving all your hair off?
Oh. I would get extremely cold the further north we got, but if you feel like I should do that, then
Well, I'm just saying maybe if we come back to Oakland, we could shave you up, make you look like a Goliath. What are those? The big guys, real pale.
I
Yeah,
don't
Goliath.
know. I don't
Yeah.
know if my facial features
We
would.
put a hood on you, like a mask.
Oh, I'd prefer
Like some
not to.
gloves?
My mane is somewhat of something of importance to me.
Yeah, that's cool. No, I was just
Cultural
checking to see where you were at.
I'd prefer not to, but I don't know.
Yeah. I'm just saying you're not exactly inconspicuous. So
Well, if I fall asleep, this is what we would do to each other when we were younger. You could shave me as a practical joke, and I would never know. That way, I wouldn't give my permission either way.
you are a crazy heavy sleeper.
Yeah.
All right, we'll keep that as like a G or H type of plan.
Okay.
And then just fucking chill in the wagon.
Easy enough to do. It's a little rougher going, but they kind of direct the wagon through the trees and kind of help you navigate a little bit, Taylor, as you make your way through the forest. You're very quickly able to see that this would have been quite a skill challenge on your own. But with their assistance, no skill check required. They're able to kind of help you just keep to some of the better trodden areas of the forest. Not quite any true game paths or anything that would probably fit a wagon or horses in general, but it's not as bad as it could have been. It takes a couple hours to make your way from where you guys ducked off the road and eventually skirting the entire western portion of the city. It's by this point it's almost 6-7 a.m. by the time you actually make it to the northwestmost road that eventually leads to Yord. So as dawn kind of peeks out, you guys get the wagon back on the road. The three voiceless rangers kind of just look at you. I'd recommend getting some rest, since it sounds like you had quite the fight, but I trust you to know your own limitations as soldiers. I would recommend avoiding any Imperial patrols. You might find a few on the way up to Yord. And most importantly, try not to kill any more Try not to let anyone get away if you have to kill any of them.
Oh yeah, but we didn't let that dude get away on purpose.
I would assume so, just out of precaution. Any more word of you getting out and killing people will more than likely cause more unrest in the territory, and the last thing we need is more excuses for the Imperials to crack down with blade and sword and axe and fire. So, but
Well, if we do run into any more Imperials, we could pull all of their teeth after we kill them and burn their bodies.
What is up with you and pulling teeth, dude?
she kind of looks at you, and the other two are like, and she's like, "Is tea going to be a problem?"
Probably.
I don't know yet.
He's good at what he does, though.
He
I would
is.
hope so.
I'm
would
just
hope so.
looking back and forth to all of you talking with no expression. Just listening.
Yeah, I mean, dude went like toe to toe with a fucking Lightbringer, and he's still here. So,
Oh, the light blades are nothing to be. The light blades are nothing to be scoffed at. So he must.
but
be
we have killed 4 of them. I just want that reminded.
Oh, I'm aware of your reputation. Toril made sure to mention how strong this group was. I think it's just the escaped one that has me more worried than anything. This Lawrence, did he appear to exhibit any abilities, special skills, anything like that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that smoke bomb was all him.
Smoke bomb.
I mean, he made it all like foggy, and that's how he got away. Because I had every intention of killing him.
Did he look well groomed? Almost like he'd probably be some kind of nobleman or anything?
Oh,
like that?
100%, real fancy.
Oh shit, he might be a peacekeeper.
Yes, did he mention that?
I can't remember what he said.
I don't. It's
He
been so
didn't
long.
mention you guys. I think one of you kind of assumed he was a peacekeeper.
Was that
No,
Groot?
he didn't.
Did Groot say peacekeeper?
I think Garuk at one point thought he might be a peacekeeper. You guys didn't have it officially confirmed or anything, but it kind of fits with what you guys know. I mean, they're basically like secret agent Gestapo types, so it wouldn't surprise any of you that they have some kind of ability like that. And they most certainly have the ability to call in reinforcements like a legion of Imperial Guard and some light blades. So,
Yep. Yep, one of those.
hopefully he's bad with faces, because I'm fairly certain from what you were telling me, he knows what all of you look like now.
I mean, we got this dude. I mean, let's be honest. Like, we're not sneaking anywhere.
Yeah, that's fair.
So,
Well, hopefully you have better luck up in Yord.
can't have worse luck.
Did Toril give you any intel about the situation up there?
Yeah, it wasn't super appealing, so I went to Oakland first, because that was our, like, lowest hanging fruit, but... I mean, he gave us the rundown, but not a lot of details. He said he didn't have a ton of info on Yord.
Trying to see.
I think, anyway. I don't know. I might just be making this up.
I'm trying to see what I had written for that.
But
Oh,
Finn's
he
very
gave,
convinced.
He told you guys to try and gain some influence with the High Thunderer, Grog Skyfist. He didn't give you much more than that. I think it was because you guys were making it kind of well known that you were going to Oakland first. It was assumed you'd check in and get some more intel from him.
Yep.
So yeah, this ranger just kind of looks. Well, we have a bit more of a significant presence than we did here in Oakland, just because the Imperials don't like going all the way up to Yord all the time. Look for the Inn of the Broken Sky, and ask the bartender if he's seen anyone around with red horns. That's,
Say that one more time.
Go to the Inn of the Broken Sky, and ask the bartender if he's seen anyone with red horns.
Ooh.
He should reply, if it's the correct person, with none, but I have seen a blue tail. That is the passphrase. That if they answer with that passphrase, that person can be trusted, and you can ask them whatever you need. They should have all the information about all operations up there.
All right.
Well, thanks for the fucking, route through the woods.
Yes.
Sorry about fucking that whole thing up.
I mean, it sounds like it's something that couldn't exactly be avoided, so best we can
Like I
do is
said, I'm pretty sure the scout's fucking super made.
He might
'Cause
very
it's,
well be. Our last intel from him was about a week ago, and it sounded like he was still going, but something tells me that that intel might have been falsified. So we'll look into it, hopefully with a little bit better and more less conspicuous results.
If you guys make a plan to take out that peacekeeper, let us know, because we're 100% in for that.
We'll find out what we can about this Lawrence figure. Hopefully we can either neutralize him quickly or find out how to neutralize him quickly. Because something tells me he's going to be plastering your faces everywhere.
Oh.
Yep.
So, I would recommend, like, you wanted to keep moving, I would recommend you keep moving quickly and try to get up to Yord as quickly as possible before any word from the garrison here makes it up to the legate up in Yord.
Alright, well.
Well, safe travels, and the voices just kind of turn around and disappear off into the woods.
So you guys think you want to get, like, half a day on the road, then call it a night?
Yeah.
Wouldn't be a bad idea.
Alright, you guys take off down the road a little bit farther. As you keep going, dawn quickly passes into morning, the sun getting higher and higher. I will ask whoever wants to go ahead and make a D100 check, please.
Anybody? Fuck it, I'll do it. Oh, there you go.
$59. All right. Very quickly, spring kind of makes its presence known. The sun, even though it's still early in the morning and you still have a relative amount of tree cover, it starts getting a little humid and a little hotter.
Ooh.
And then it keeps getting hotter. I'm gonna say, everybody go ahead and roll a Constitution saving throw as the sun's getting up into the air and you guys are still pretty sleepy. So
Tez does not like this.
yeah, you guys are starting to feel. You guys are starting to feel that lack of sleep a little bit more than you might have.
I feel great. I feel wonderful.
This sucks.
God, what the fuck is it
in
so
fact,
fucking hot?
Tyler!
Tez is the only one who succeeded because it was a DC 14. The rest of you are currently exhausted, are now feeling the effects of being up for a significantly long time. You probably had a little more leeway, but the heat is just exacerbating that condition at the moment. It's making you just really feel like, hey, you've been up for quite a while. You probably need to sleep.
I miss the trees.
Yeah.
Same.
I think we should keep...
And it doesn't get any better. As you keep going, as you guys are approaching the mountains, the tree cover thins out a little bit more. So you're no longer in like dense foliage anymore. It just keeps getting hotter at this point.
Ugh. Yeah, I guess I'll send Taylor, you want to find us a spot to camp, or I can have Elvis look for a like cluster of trees we can park in.
Yeah, resting wouldn't be a terrible idea right now. Yeah, let's go ahead and find a camp spot.
Alright, whoever is looking, go ahead and roll me a survival check.
That's your jam, isn't it?
I'm proficient too. If I lended a hand, could Taylor roll with advantage?
I would say, yeah, he'd get a reroll for that.
Since I'm proficient.
There you go.
Much better.
Oh! That's better.
Significantly, yeah. Taylor, you start kind of looking around and you find a clearing that would be fairly good, and Tez immediately kind of leans over from the back, or from the part, over your shoulder and points off, just barely visible, about half a mile away from the spot you were originally intending, is an even better spot with plenty of shade. It's kind of tucked into the ground a little bit, even has a little bit of extra cover that kind of catches the wind just perfectly. So there's a nice breeze going through it. Like, it's an ideal camp spot for a daytime nap.
There we go.
Good eye.
That looks wonderful.
How did Tyler get poisoned?
I don't know.
I'm assuming she's messing
I think
with
it was just on. Like, it said it was on, my poison condition was on, so I just turned it off, and for some reason it's like, oh, you're poisoned. And I'm like, what?
Were
That's weird.
poisoned
There we go.
at one point a few sessions ago, but I think you probably just
I
never
think so.
turned
I
it
probably
on.
just never turned it off.
You guys were trying to break into Krillaria because
Yes.
then you remember that there was a passphrase you had.
Yeah.
That's funny.
You guys kept getting poisoned.
I've just been poisoned this whole time.
I still use that whenever I talk about D&D as like you can give your players everything in the world and sometimes they will still forget and just brute force their way through your encounter and it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that sounds like us.
Yeah.
So it's a perfect example.
Or like a
Anyway.
DM puts a whole bunch of like obstacles of NPCs in our way, and we like sneakily kill them or avoid the combat every time.
Yeah, or when you get ambushed by 2 light blades in a study and you immediately jump out the fucking window.
Yes, exactly.
That is still one of my favorite sessions ever.
It is by far
It was
my
so
favorite.
good.
It honestly,
my
it probably
absolute favorite.
is. Yeah, it's my favorite session.
Yeah, I re-listened to it the other day because I was showing a friend of mine who I'm probably going to be DMing for, and I was trying to illustrate like no plan ever survives first contact. Like I had so many things set up for that session that you guys were going to encounter, and you jumped out the fucking window, literally, and it threw all of that in the trash. I literally deleted a document out of my fucking Google Drive. I'm like, no, none of that matters anymore.
That's fucking hilarious.
So, yeah. But anyway, like you can even hear me in that fucking session, like trying not to laugh because I just could not hold it back.
I've listened to it myself a couple times. It's pretty fucking funny.
It's great. But yeah, you guys find your camp spot, get set up. Are you guys keeping watch during the day?
I mean, we
Yeah,
probably
probably.
should, right?
Yeah. You don't
All
want to
right.
rely on me.
Who would like to keep watch as you guys are bedding down for the day?
I'll do a watch.
Yeah, I'll take first
Okay.
one.
I'll take a
I'll do
watch.
second then.
All right.
Because I've been kind of
all right.
napping
As you
in the
guys
back
get
of the wagon, so.
All right. You guys get set up. Finn, you kind of keep your eyes open. Player Taylor, character Tyler, if you would like to describe what happens when when a long rest starts and what everybody sees around them.
Oh yeah. Hang on one sec.
Yeah.
What?
I
This is the
forgot
first
that
time
I
this
play a druid.
The first time this has come up. Yeah, you guys haven't had a camp out session since the change, so
Oh,
do you,
yeah.
you have an idea of what it looks like or what you want it to look like. More
Tyler
than
has a
welcome, go
new
ahead.
sub, right? A new subclass, is that it?
Yeah, it's a new
She did take a new
subclass.
Nice.
So basically, she like touches the tip of the flame that I'm assuming we make for a campfire, and this translucent sphere comes off of it, and envelops all of us. And she's like, "Our fire can't be seen now. We're good."
That's cool.
Nice. I mean, daylight helps too.
We also get
But still.
advantage on stealth and perception checks.
Oh, hell yeah.
Well, not advantage. I'm sorry. It's a +5 bonus.
Oh, sweet.
Still not
That's
bad.
good too.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, so you guys are currently wreathed in this massive dome of shadowy energy that doesn't interfere with your sight at all and seems to almost enhance it, in fact, but seems to lightly obscure you guys as you slowly begin to fall asleep.
Fuck
During the
yeah.
day.
That's awesome.
And just because I'm feeling nice, you also happen to notice it's almost air conditioned in this dome.
Oh,
The oscillating waves
much
of
better.
shadowy energy kind of seem to bring an extra strong breeze in from the Feywild that Tyler is currently channeling into this. Not even actively channeling, just instinctually, like subconsciously channeling from the Feywild into the material realm. And apparently, the Feywild has air
Better.
conditioning.
Nice.
So, with that, Finn, go ahead and make a perception check as you're keeping first watch.
Alright, so I have Elvis with me. Can I get advantage?
You do get advantage, and you get a +5.
Oh, that's right. Sweet.
Yeah, as this shadowy dome, it's like a light zoom effect as you're kind of looking around.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Good
So a
lord.
31.
I see everything.
Yeah,
He
you
sees
basically-
into the Feywild.
You see the
Yeah,
Feywild.
I mean, you are literally able to see the Feywild from here. So you can say, like, there's some moments where you feel pretty confident when you make statements of, there's nothing around me, like, we're safe. You can say with 100% absolute certainty for the entirety of your watch, there isn't a goddamn thing around you that poses any kind of threat. They're not looking at you. They're not looking for you. They're not getting ready to attack you. You're fucking safe in here, and you know it, without a doubt.
Alright.
Like, you've never been certain of anything like you are certain of this in this moment.
Perfect. Well, then, when my time passes, I will wake up. I think everybody pretty much said they take a watch, so I'll wake up Tyler.
Alright.
There you go. Your turn. I didn't see shit that was even remotely of even minor threat to us. This little fucking
I hope I'm
dome
not lucky.
is splendid, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
Is that this new?
Yeah, it's new. I don't know. I had this weird dream and I woke up and it was different.
I've had those.
Yeah.
Cool. I mean, does it seem alright? I mean, this part's dope.
I think it's gonna be good.
Cool. Sweet. Well, hope it turns out better than, my little passenger.
I don't think I have a passenger, thankfully.
Oh, that's
I
good.
think we're just having to deal with yours.
Yeah, here we go. Alright, well, good luck.
Thanks.
And I'm gonna go fucking crash.
Since this is a 30-foot radius sphere, you find the spot farthest the fuck away from that goddamn snoring. And you're still able to see everything. Alright, Tyler, go ahead and roll me a perception check as your turn on watch begins.
So 29.
Nice.
29. Near certainty as well, with the same as Finn. You're feeling extra confident that there's nothing out here. This is a very, very quiet day along what is probably a very quiet road, given like the limited knowledge you have about Yord. This road's probably like literally the road less traveled, and it's dead today. Like zero threats in the vicinity at all.
I'll just be smoking red leaf until my watch is over then.
That's dope.
You see every once in a while just like a wisp of the smoke coming off and getting sucked into the top of the dome and just vanishing off into the
Sweet.
Feywild. So you're assuming whatever Fey being out there is mildly assisting you is probably also getting a little toked up at the moment.
You're welcome.
No, I mean, Finn definitely fucking burned one down when he was watching, too.
You would allow for hypersight. But yeah, your watch passes completely uneventful. You don't even see any carts go by or anything.
Alright. Who is next?
Me.
Alright, I'll wake you up. I'm like, hey,
Yeah,
poke.
I'm up.
There's
I'm up.
nothing.
What
There's
do you mean?
nothing, but I don't think there's gonna be anything, but maybe I'm jinxing it. So, it's your turn.
I will watch intensely.
Alright, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Still, 25 is not bad.
25.
Oh shit.
Go ahead and roll a d100 for me.
Ooh,
Yeah, you don't see shit. It's a dead day.
What?
Yeah, your watch passes by just as uneventfully. I gotta say, the highway up to Yord is just one booming ass traffic way.
Well, it's hot as shit, man. Nobody wants to be outside. It's fucking miserable.
That's true. Not everyone has air conditioning like you guys.
We do have AC.
Yeah. It's like you guys are chilling out in the Americanized hotel while the rest of Europe is just burning.
oh god.
It's a known fact. They don't like AC over there. There's not a whole lot.
Oh, I know. My mom complained about it every single day she was in Paris.
Yeah, first time I read that, I was like, oh, those poor bastards.
Yep.
But yeah, your watch passes uneventfully, and with that, everybody has managed to complete a long rest. If you were exhausted, you are no longer exhausted. You regain
Nice.
half of your hit die, which I don't think anybody used half of their hit die already, so you're back at full hit die. And with that, you guys kind of bedded down close to like 8, 9 o'clock. It's, by this point, basically evening, late, or beginning of night, so like 6, 7 o'clock at this point.
We are on a weird schedule at this point.
Yeah, you guys went like suddenly shifted to thirds is what happened.
Yeah.
So you had one really bad night, and then suddenly you can only work on third shift for now.
It seems that
Well,
been
just
there.
get your back slow. It's gonna be
Let
good.
me be fair. You guys are
Night
more than welcome to
owls.
chill out here for like the rest of the night, and actually start fresh in the morning. There's nothing requiring you to keep moving at this moment.
I mean, what's the sunlight situation or the moonlight situation look like? I'm assuming the horses don't have dark vision, so if it's gonna put the
That's true.
horses in
Horses do not have
danger
dark
of
vision.
injury,
I'll go ahead and say roll me a nature check, because I mean there's still some tree cover out here, and it's gonna thin up a little bit. So depending on where you are in the lunar cycle.
Yeah, Finn, roll a nature check.
Finn's looking at all of you naturey people, wondering why the fuck you aren't figuring this out. Oh, did we need to steal something from
You
inside of the
ask.
city?
You'd think that I would be more in tuned with nature, however. Not quite.
I got it.
I mean, you guys think it's safe for the horses to travel? I don't know. How moonlighty is it?
Not very well.
It's probably fine.
I mean, we could go for a little
It's
ways,
good.
or we could
I
just...
mean, there's a moon, right? No one blew up the moon or anything yet, so
I mean,
Yeah,
what's
I
the
mean-
moon look like? Is it like full moon? Or like tiny little crescent?
a little hard to tell at this point. It's still barely. I mean, there's light out, so it's not full moon.
Oh, well, I say we hit the
Okay.
road for a ways, and then if it gets too dark, we'll pull over then.
But it's such a nice spot.
It is actually the best spot.
Yeah, but I mean, with this little fucking magic dome thing, like every place is the perfect spot. Is this like a repeatable thing, or is this like a one-time only deal?
It quite literally happens every time. So
Oh yeah, that's a lot of...
and it's thankfully a lot more spacious than the actual like what is it? Lehman's tiny hut, the dome.
That I was gonna mention that earlier. You said it was a 30-foot radius. That's fucking awesome.
That's huge.
Yeah, it's awesome.
My
30
three
foot,
little-
30-foot radius sphere. So yeah,
My three little
60,
buddies
60
fit in there.
diameter. It's fucking huge. Yeah, no, each of you can have like a section of space that's nowhere near the other. You could have your own like area and space to shit in your own area, and it wouldn't bother anyone.
Damn right.
It's
We're
pretty
living
fucking
large,
cool.
folks.
So,
I mean, we're not
Quite
animals.
literally.
Like, I could walk farther away to take a shit. Like, oh, the shit's
But
not a
if you
60
didn't-
foot range.
Like,
I'm
if
cool
you,
with
if
walking
you wanted
like
to find a
10
spot,
feet
like
farther.
yeah, but like if you
Oh.
wanted to find a spot in the air conditioning to pee without bothering your sleeping spot or anyone else's, you could easily do it in this. It's big enough.
Tez totally made a spot like 5 feet from where he sleeps, and just welcomed everyone to use it if they liked.
Thanks, Tez.
I'm just
Oh.
imagining it as like a little patch of sand that he dug up.
Anything for a friend. Now, are we staying or are we going?
Yeah, we can probably go for a little bit anyway.
Yeah, we just
you
didn't
got,
get
you
a
got like
lot
an
of.
hour, maybe two of twilight at this point.
We just didn't get a lot of miles on the road on the way out of town. So
Yeah.
yeah, I say we hit the road, see how it works. So, like I said, if it gets too dark, we'll fucking camp it. So, because I'm assuming we're all in favor of like roughing it versus like trying to find an inn or like stay at an establishment, right?
I'd vote to rough it.
I'm fine with either.
Well, I'd say rough it would be more inconspicuous. So,
Yeah, I agree.
Alright, so with that, you guys head back onto the road for a little bit. I won't have you guys roll. I mean, at this point, it's twilight, and the road's been dead all day. You get the feeling if you might see some wild animals, but they'll probably keep to themselves at this point. For a couple hours, it's not much. By that point, night does begin to actually fall. You lose the last of your light. Less and less tree cover, so it's more open ground. It is not a full moon, however. It is currently, it's about a little less than a half moon at this point. I don't remember the actual like name of phases, but
It's
not
probably a
like-
waning gibbous.
sure.
Sounds about right.
You know what? Yeah, fuck it. I don't even care what I had originally said. It's now a waning gibbous, is what it is.
Hell yeah.
I don't remember what that is, but it's now that.
I don't either.
God damn it! Now you're gonna make me look this up.
I'm looking it up too.
it's actually exactly what you described.
Holy
fuck
fuck,
yeah.
man. Shit yeah. Shit yeah.
Oh, right on the first try. Didn't even try. Okay.
Well, no,
So,
I
yeah.
guess it'd be the opposite. It would be waxing.
Oh, is it a waxing gibbous?
Oh yeah,
I
no,
think
it would be a waxing gibbous.
We would be a
Yeah,
waxing gibbous.
That's what I had.
Yeah, there we
Yep.
go.
I mean, you got the gibbous part right.
Yeah, there was
Big
a
ups for
gibbous
that.
in there. Nice.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it is a waxing gibbous. So there's a decent amount of light, but it's not like as bright as it possibly could be. So there's probably going to be a skill check involved if you try to keep going any farther.
Yeah. Taylor, you're driving. What's the word? We packing it in, or we keeping going?
We can pack it in.
Works for me.
Would it be a group skill check?
It would not. It would be the person holding the reins.
Yeah,
No.
fuck that. Pack it in.
Unless you had a way to give light for the horses, it would be all on their skill to direct that stuff.
Yeah, I don't have a way to give them light.
I do not either.
I
So,
left
yeah.
my flashlight in my other bag.
Oh. What's a flashlight?
The bag. Yeah.
It was a joke.
Oh.
I don't think the horse would be real
Flashlight
cool. Just like
stick
put
that you can
torches
light
on their
the end of,
shoulders.
Right? Yeah, let's just mount a stick of living fire on it, the end of it and attach it to a horse. I'm sure the
Sure,
horse
why
will
not?
mind.
Yeah.
I would love that.
That's gonna go really well.
And I cannot cast
Alright,
light,
you
so
you guys are pulling over,
Yeah,
or you can.
Mhm.
yep.
going off the road a little bit. Decent enough
Alright.
path away.
You start checking for another campsite. Go ahead and roll survival if anyone wants to help and it's proficient with advantage.
Tyler, you want to roll with advantage and I'll help you?
Sure.
Sure.
Wait. Whoever
Both
did
of
it
them
last
are.
Oh, okay. Whoever did, or whatever.
I've got a 5 and I'm
Are you
proficient,
good?
so
Okay, cool.
I'm not
But you
proficient, so
okay.
Oh, there you go.
I'll let you guys roll with it then. Nice.
There you go.
Once again, with a little extra assistance from Tez, just kind of keeping an eye out on things, you find a pretty good camping spot. It's not as good as the last one, but to be fair, there probably aren't too many camping spots that are that good out here. But you get settled, get everything start going as soon as you guys are kind of getting ready to bed down. Tyler goes and activates the giant fucking shadow dome.
Hell yeah.
And once again, some soft, cool air seems to just oscillate through the dome a little bit.
I'll
This thing's
start.
nice.
I'll start digging a poop hole. No, I'll get
Look
this
what you
taken
started.
care of.
Look what you started.
There seems to be like an extra little gust of wind over in that section trying to blow the air out.
Oh, thank you.
It's like someone left
Wow.
the fan on in the bathroom.
Wow, we have AC and an exhaust fan. I love it.
There we go.
moving up in the
There's probably
world.
a white noise fan option if
Hell
you
yeah.
really wanted to mess with it.
Finn,
Yo.
I've seen a couple of you smoking something that's
Mhm.
relaxed you. Is there any chance that any of you have any alcohol or ale of any type? You see, my friend Jerry suffers from a certain condition, and he's not an alcoholic, as they say, but it helps him.
Mm-hmm. I do not, man. I'm pretty much
Oh, okay.
mostly herb. I don't like hauling booze around. I don't
Oh.
think I have. Hold on, let me check. I might have a fucking flask somewhere around in my pack. Hang on.
But DM, how long have we been gone from Oakland?
I mean, at this point, it's been about 24 hours.
Yeah,
It's getting
getting
close.
close
Well,
to 24
maybe
hours.
not 24 hours. It's just shy.
Around
You're at
20.
least at 20 hours away. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it's okay.
I
Good.
would say you would have had the foresight, knowing Jerry's problem, to have some on you when you
Okay.
went. You probably bought out a couple bottles from the greenhouse.
Oh,
I mean, I got a couple mushrooms. I mean,
So
oh,
yeah, I mean you've got a little Tez, you've got a little stash for him. It's probably needs to be rationed to make
Okay.
sure that it doesn't go all in one night. But
yeah,
I mean,
I'd say at
dude
this
wants
point-
dude wants to roast a bone. It might make him feel better.
Oh, Jerry, would you like to roast a bone?
Oh god.
I don't really know what that means.
Oh, Finn, come here.
I'll just roll him up a fucking joint, and hand it to him.
Breathe that in, Jerry. It'll make you feel much better, and maybe it will be much better than the alcohol that you consume. Now, these are my friends, and I'm comfortable talking about this in front of them at this point.
So much like every teenager that anyone has ever watched take their first hit of pot, he immediately starts coughing and almost throws up.
Oh,
But then he takes a second hit and it gets a lot
Finn.
better.
oh,
And he just kind of, oh, okay.
That'll probably take the edge
Yeah,
off
this
the
ain't-
fucking DTs when you're not drinking.
how's
There
that?
you go.
Yeah, no. Oh, that feels a lot better. Holy shit! Why is this not legal?
Oh,
I know.
It is in some places, and other places just care a lot less about it.
Fucking Imperials. God damn, this stuff needs to be legal everywhere.
you feel good then?
Yeah, it's really kind of helping my eyesight a little bit.
Oh, wonderful.
You should start campaigning.
That doesn't sound like a bad idea. Takes another hit and then immediately is like, oh, and sits down.
Oh,
No, and careful. Don't overdo it.
did he overdose?
Anybody else tired?
Is he
Or is it
going
No,
to
no,
die?
no, no. It's
It's
just
fine.
you know.
He'll nap it
No,
out.
no. He'll be fine. You can't overdose on red leaf.
Oh. So you're telling me,
He lays down and immediately starts snoring. There's still like a half-lit joint in his hand.
Jerry,
fucking take that out.
I'm gonna wake up in a few hours with a serious case of the munchies.
This might have been the easiest scene for me to RP because I'm literally just reciting what happened when I first tried it.
Well, thank you, Finn.
Yep, no problem. If we hit a trading spot or something, just remind me and we can pick up more booze.
We'll see how he feels in the morning. Maybe we can kick this habit.
I have a cask, but I want to save it for not people I don't know. No offense.
Oh, you
No
know
offense
Jerry.
to Jerry.
You know Jerry. We've been together for 2 days.
Yeah, longer than that.
Well,
I gotta get to know Jerry a little bit before I give him some of my ale.
I'll be honest. Maybe it's not the best thing for him. He's just such a good friend of mine, and I like to see him... Well, now that I speak about it, sounds like I'm a bad influence or encouraging it.
Yeah, he
Keep
makes
that-
some choices. He's fine.
Keep that to yourself.
It's at this
Jesus
point,
Christ.
Willem kind of pops up a little bit and it's just like, "Sir, you're not a bad influence.
Oh,
Jerry is who he is."
thank you, Willem. You're my favorite halfling. Janie, you too.
She kind of looks up from the scribbles she's been working on all day, and just it goes back to it.
Really quick, not to spend too much time, I'd like to take a look and see how good the scribbles are.
They're not great.
Oh, okay. Oh,
It's at
Janie's
this point like it's a straight line and some trees.
a gifted cartographer. She's been mapping our entire journey. Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's quite literally just like a straight line and some trees. Like it's.
I pat her on the head and I go,
right up in the corner, road to Yord, and that's all it is so far. It's just a line and trees on both sides.
nice. I pat her
And
on
the
the
trees are
head.
basically just triangles with sticks coming out the bottom.
I go start to dig out my hole again.
Alright, is there anything anyone wants to do before you guys, I'm assuming, are keeping watch again?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I want to take a dose of a potion of groove because I have 5 and I don't remember what it does.
Oh god.
Potion of
You're gonna
groove.
make me dig that out?
Yeah.
Alright, hold on. Let's see, where's my archive of shit? God, I need to reorganize some of this shit. Oh, okay, there it is. Go ahead. Alright, you're just taking one of your 5 potions of groove, you said?
Yep.
Alright, go ahead and roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Sweet.
Alright. You start the feeling like you were already a little toked up on red leaf, like not overly high or anything like that, but you had a comfortable high. And you start feeling a much more intense one, kind of lean, and like colors start shifting and shapes stop having meaning, and then it mellows out, and it's like a more intense version of that high you had earlier, as you succeeded on the save and therefore don't have a bad acid trip.
Incredible.
So yeah, you are severely high right now. If you try to do any skill checks, they are all at disadvantage.
All right.
But you are fairly fucking
Like, oh, I forgot I did this.
Yeah, you're probably gonna get a really good night's sleep, honestly.
Excellent.
Well, I think she probably gets to skip watch tonight.
Probably not a bad idea.
Oh, I can take a watch if I need to.
Alright.
I'll take the first.
All right. If anyone has any objections.
Nope, works for me.
For me.
All right, Tez, go ahead and roll that perception check for me.
Yeah, it's probably
You
not going to
take
be
the first
pretty.
watch. You
Clunk.
get a +5, so that always helps. Oh, hey, look
Hey,
at that.
that's
23
pretty fucking
total.
good.
Yeah, I'd just like to point out you're still doing better than anything Brand would be rolling. So
That's true. Yes, it is.
yeah, 23 total. You kind of keep watch over the night. You do see a couple wild animals off in the ways, but they don't seem to pay you any mind. They just kind of dig around looking for whatever they need to in the forest floor and keep moving.
Cool.
So your watch passes by uneventfully.
Right on.
All right, who's up next?
Don't matter to me. Taylor, you want to go or you want me to?
I can go.
All right.
I'll wake up Taylor.
Perception in favor. All right, 18 total. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. You see a little more animal activity as it gets deeper into the night. You see some of the nocturnal creatures come out, some of the night predators. One wolf seems to get a little bit close. More just because there's still like the scent of Kisa around in the air. But gets just close enough to the dome that they kind of like back off and realize something's up. Like, fuck that, I'm not digging any deeper. But other than that, watch goes by uneventful.
Excellent. I'll wake up. Who's next?
Boom. I'm up.
All right, Finn, go ahead and roll. You have Elvis, so you get advantage and your +5.
All right.
29. Once again, you are fairly confident that there's nothing in this radius or anywhere near you, as you're kind of watching in zoomed vision. Go ahead and roll a D100 for me, though, as the end of your watch begins. Okay. It starts lighting up. The sky starts lighting up a little bit as early morning begins. Dawn arrives, but it is an overcast day. Doesn't seem to be any heavy storms or anything in the area, and it's not raining just yet. But it does look like it's going to be at least a little cooler and a little less bright than it was yesterday.
Yes. Sweet. Then I'll wake everybody up as soon as the sun cracks the fucking horizon so we can get on the road.
Tyler, go ahead and roll 2d12 for me, please.
All right. Oh.
Take that 5 as a 10 hit points you have for the day, as you have successfully worn off the effects of the Potion of Groove, but you still feel groovy.
Oh,
Sweet.
that is so cool.
Yeah, like I said, you had a really good night's sleep that night.
Did you
You're
homebrew
feeling
that,
the rest.
or did you find that somewhere?
Yeah, no, that's been homebrewed since session 1.
That's awesome.
The best sleep
I
of
had
my
it written
goddamn
in there.
life.
Yep, it's been sitting there since session. I think you guys bought that session 2.
Oh my
I had it
god.
written on here. Potion of Groove. Player make a Wisdom saving throw, DC 13. Failed save, they go on a bad acid trip. On success, they get a comfortable high. Next morning, roll 2d12 for 10 hit points.
That's hilarious.
That was meant to be like an overpowered drug that you guys took in, when you guys were still like level 2 and 3. So, I mean, 5 10 hit points at that level would, that's a whole blow from a kobold that would have saved your life. So.
I was always like, I don't want to have a bad trip while we're fighting.
Yeah, no,
That's
I mean,
true.
that's fair. Nobody wants a bad trip while fighting. So, you have a bit of a hit or miss relationship with drugs in this campaign, so.
Well, I bet that torpedo's a rest, so that's probably not great.
I have so many mushrooms in here.
Yeah, you guys, stocked the hell up on mushrooms back
I think I still got a bunch of mushrooms, too. I don't know what
I
any
got
of them
crumb in
fucking
here
do.
still. I have 3 hits of that.
Oh, what's crumb?
Oh, it's like
It's rough.
that was a night. I recommend not doing it unless you're in a club situation.
Oh, what's a club? Oh,
Yeah,
I
did
have a
their
club.
hands actually
you
turn
know.
invisible? Or did they just think they turned invisible?
Oh, what? What are you
I'm pretty
talking
sure
about?
I'm pretty sure they just thought they were invisible, but they were like convinced it was invisible.
Tez is just looking at everyone confused. What? Hands are invisible. Whose hands are invisible?
Sometimes when you do Chrome, apparently your hands go invisible.
Oh,
But only to you.
that sounds scary.
Yeah.
I don't think you dig it.
Keep that away from me. And keep
That's
it
probably
away
a
from
good
Will.
idea.
Suit yourself more for me then.
I wasn't offering, for the record. All right. Fucking on the road, guys.
Yup.
All right, with that, you guys hop back on the road. After about an hour or two, it seems like, Finn, your prediction is holding true. It's overcast, no heavy storms. Every once in a while, you'll get like a couple minutes of light drizzle, but nothing that requires you to like put up the back of the wagon or anything. It's relatively comfortable out as you're getting a little farther north, and the tree cover's kind of dying out a little bit as you're heading up into the foothills, and you start noticing more and more parts of the road are on incline as you're making your way up slowly into the mountains. I will have whoever wants to roll it go ahead and roll a D100 for me.
Matt, it's either you or me at this point.
I rolled one a minute ago. You want to go for it?
Oh, did you? Yeah, I'll do it.
I rolled one on my watch.
Yeah,
That's
you roll
my
for the-
favorite number.
Roll. Can't imagine why. All right.
I am 37 years old.
That's
Still making 69 jokes.
yep.
It's never gonna end.
Nope.
No, they never get old.
Nope.
All right. As you guys are continuing up a little bit, you do hear what sounds like a soft hoofbeat a little ways up the road. Where you're at right now, you do hear the road kind of curves up as it starts going around one smaller mountain, but it sounds like farther up the road, coming around there is some hoofbeats. And they start getting a little louder.
They're coming from ahead of us or behind us?
Yeah, around the
Oh.
around the curve of the mountain, the way you guys are heading.
I mean, should we just keep our eyes open and keep going forward?
Well, if they pose a threat, we could always kill them.
I think that sounds like a solid plan.
Yes.
If the hoofbeats were coming from behind us, I'd say we could fucking get out of the way, but they shouldn't have had time to get word to Yord before us.
Mm-hmm.
But all the same, I'll pull Elvis back in so he's not like conspicuously flying around up above.
Easily done. Is there any other preparations anyone would like to make?
I can't think of anything.
Cool.
Yeah, no. I'm fine.
All right. You continue, and the hoofbeats get louder and louder. It's at this point you can kind of hear there's two different hoofbeats going on, so probably two individuals. And about the time you're able to make out that, the two of them come barreling around the corner. As they kind of immediately say that there's people around that corner, they immediately go, "Oh, excuse us, sorry!" As they try to move their horses off to one side. Taylor, I'm going to go ahead and have you roll a animal handling check to try and get the wagon over far enough that they don't collide with these two individuals. Okay, versus them. One of them is able to kind of dodge out of the way of you. The other one, they barely clip part of the wagon, and one goes tumbling off of their horse. It's at that point you kind of see both of them. They're human males, not wearing like imperial armor or anything. They appear to be just common folk, but they're both carrying sacks, just kind of leather sacks on them. The one who clipped the back of the wagon as he was trying to go around you, when he fell to the ground, his sack dropped, and you see a bunch of copper and silver coins spill out of the sack as he kind of gets up a little dazed, kind of looks around, sees the sack, spilled a bunch of coins, looks at you guys, looks back at the sack.
Drops your big bag of money.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. And he kind of like slowly trying to keep an eye on you guys as he goes and starts pushing all the money and some dirt into the bag, just trying to get it all collected.
I pay him no mind whatsoever. Just keeping an eye on him.
It's a lot of cash on me. You'd probably be a little more careful with it.
Yeah, you probably should.
Now,
thanks
you
for the heads
tell
up.
me right now why you have all of that money in that bag.
And here we go.
Oh, fuck. Tez is cool, man.
We own a drink stand.
Oh, what kind of drinks? My friend back here loves drinks.
Lemon juice with sugar.
Jerry, do you like lemon juice and sugar?
We're fresh out.
Oh, I'm looking at everyone. You don't find this suspicious, or do we not care?
There you go. Got it in two.
Young man, I don't care.
Okay, he says as he's already mounting his horse and trying to get going. Have a nice day, and he immediately goes back into a gallop to try and catch up to his friend, who didn't stop for him in the slightest, by the way.
I'll look at Finn. What went wrong there? Was I not supposed to talk?
No, I mean, just usually mind your own business is the best way to roll. Like,
But weren't you the least bit curious?
I mean, not especially. I mean, it was a bunch of copper and silver, so it's not like it was worth stealing.
Oh,
And
money? We're all happy without money.
no, I'm just saying, like, we've already got like a dickload of cash, so we don't need a sack full of copper weighing us down. And I mean, those dudes, it was either legit, in which case, who cares, or it's stolen, in which case, also, we don't want to get involved in case whoever they stole it from is less pleasant.
Maybe they stole from the Imperials.
Yeah,
That
in which
would be
case,
great.
good on
Maybe
them.
so.
Yeah.
Even better.
Okay.
Let him go.
Okay. I'm learning as I go.
There you go. Yeah, for most part, just like let people do their thing. Unless it like directly impacts us, then it's kind of like, yeah, you do you, man.
Okay.
All right. And with that, you guys continue going up the road a little bit. It's about an hour and a half later. You guys see, it's not quite like a village or a settlement. It's like 3 houses clustered on the side of a road. They kind of appear to be just a little beat up a little bit, not like burnt down to the ground or anything, but it looks like there might have been some trouble recently. 2 guys and 1 woman are kind of off in one of the yards of the middle house talking to each other as you guys kind of keep going by. One of the guys looks over. Hey, excuse us, sorry to bug you. Have you seen 2 guys running down the road not too long ago?
We're here to mind our own business. Thank you very much. I'll look at Finn. Correct?
You
Yeah.
hear
I mean, at
Sailor
this point,
stifle
though,
a
At this
chuckle.
point,
First off, that was perfect.
It was.
yeah. Well,
I just barked in laughter. Okay.
well, in this situation, like what they look like, a couple big sacks of money.
Yeah, among a couple other things.
Yeah. They're like an hour pack that
Were
way.
they just heading down the road?
Yep.
Damn it, I knew I should have gone after him. How far down did you see him?
Oh, what, guys? Like a little bit ago? Not long ago. But they were
Right, that
hauling
bend up
ass.
there.
no, you can catch up. One of them with the bag of money is like probably way behind his friend still.
And plus his horse banged into our cart, so it might be not doing the best.
The guy you've been talking to immediately looks over at the younger male. He was just like, I'm on it, I'm on it. And he goes, runs, grabs his horse, and takes off immediately. Thanks. We had
Everything all right?
I don't know if they were bandits or what, but someone broke in while we were out checking some of our plots here, and took pretty much everything of value, which wasn't much, but I mean,
I knew that we should have stopped them and killed them. Finn.
Oh,
No,
Not
you
always.
thought that we should
They
stop
were
them and kill them.
thieves. They were thieves, and they've
What if
stolen
they
from
hadn't been? You just murdered a couple fucking lemonade stand kids.
it's not the
I
best
just-
idea to kill every person.
is
we
that
see.
really what they said they were? Lemonade stand kids?
It was some kind of, they said it
Yeah.
was lemon juice with sugar.
They
Yep.
tricked me. They told me that they were selling lemonade.
Yeah, they're definitely
What-
not
what-
selling lemonade.
We should go back and get them ourselves.
Why?
We can hang them upside down from a tree and cut their throats and let them bleed out.
We need to keep still heading.
Yeah,
this
I mean,
way.
we got, can't really
It's
be
best not to
dicking
go.
around, passing out vigilante justice in the fucking sticks.
Oh,
Plus, we
Okay.
already helped.
how?
Point them in the right direction. Like,
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Very well.
no, I like the energy though.
Yeah, it was a good effort.
Okay.
There's like nuance to this stuff.
Takes years of practice.
Oh.
I like it. Slightly flexible morality.
Okay. Tez looks like he's soaking in nothing. Just for the record.
Good luck getting your stuff back.
Yep.
Yeah, thanks. Well, hopefully we can get it back. It's gonna be a rough spring without it.
I mean, they were hauling ass, but like I said, that one dude, maybe his horse might have been injured, so you guys might catch him.
Well, we'll make another prayer to Nalarn, and hopefully it turns out in our favor.
Oh, I'm sorry. You said you were going to pray to who?
Nalarn, the god of the Empire and humanity.
You should actually do something instead of praying, because praying doesn't work.
Well, I mean, we already sent the boy out to go get our stuff back with our only horse left. I mean, there's not much we can do other than pray he's successful.
Oh. That's true.
Who'd you say you pray to?
Nalarn, god of the Empire. Are you guys not from around here?
Oh, you pray to the god of the empire?
Well, yeah, he watches over all humanity.
Oh, so do we. I look at Finn and wink.
Perfect. Exactly right. Yes. All praise Nalarn.
Yep. All right, strange people, have fun on the road. They kind of start moving slowly back towards their houses, keeping an eye on you to make sure you're not about to rob them too.
I just keep going.
Easily enough. With that, you make your way past the little farmstead area and keep going up the hill. Alright. With that, I'll go ahead and say let's go ahead and take a quick 5-10 minute break. Just if anyone needs to do bio or anything like that as we move on. You guys are getting closer and closer. Well, I mean, you still got a couple days of travel up here in the mountains. It gets a little rougher, but as you're making your way through your second day of travel.
Sounds good.
So,
Cool.
alright, be back in 5 to 10.
Yep. Yeah.
All right.
Later.
Yo.
Welcome back.
Hello, hello.
What's up?
That was our last one.
Except for the DM.
Oh, sweet. That wasn't. So since we haven't played this summer at all, everybody have a good summer?
Yeah, have a pretty good summer.
It's
How about
been
you?
alright.
It was alright. Went to Colorado for a week. And other than that, I mean, we just kind of
Ooh.
picked around. So, yeah, Colorado's nice. Stayed a place up like in the mountains in like southwest
Wow,
Colorado.
that sounds really nice.
Yeah, it was.
Nice. I went to the Outer Banks recently. It was pretty fun.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah, there was a meteor shower going on the beach, so I got high and watched it. It was pretty rad.
Oh, I
Bet.
bet that's awesome out there.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Alright, sorry about that. I totally forgot I needed to make the town that you guys are heading to, because I haven't done that yet.
Oops.
Don't act like that. You had no idea we were going there, did you?
I really didn't, honestly. I was expecting you guys to find a way to lay low in the city for a little while. Admittedly, I didn't have anything planned for that. I was just going to wing it while you guys were there.
That's awesome.
So this entire session has just been me winging it, and now I had to wing it and make a map real quick.
It worked out. It's working out.
Yeah, no. So there's now a town for Yord.
Right on.
Anyway. Yeah. So, with that, we'll go ahead and jump back in. So, you guys are continuing past this little farm settlement. You start noticing as you get through, you're not traveling as much as you had been on open ground, because now you guys are pretty much fighting an incline the entire time. But you start making progress. It's as soon as it starts getting afternoon, evening by this point, you kind of notice that there's some designated areas that have been kind of carved out into the hills and mountains that seem to be well-used camping spots. So this time you won't even have to roll to find one. But farther off on the far peaks, you are able to see some lights off in the distance. And it looks like that's probably where you're heading right now. The town of Yord. The town of skies, officially, is what it's called by some of the locals that Taylor has heard of every once in a while. So, but as the night draws near, you guys try to find a camp spot. Is there anything you want to do before bedding down for the night?
Not I.
Not I.
Nothing I can think of.
Nope.
All right. Who's taking first watch?
I'll take first one tonight.
All right. As the dome pops up in your little campsite, it actually covers more than just the campsite. As you guys are no longer just in open terrain and you're kind of in carved out spots. Part of the dome goes into the mountain itself and just kind of disappears, and part of it sticks out onto the road just a little bit. But go ahead and roll your perception check as you keep first watch for the night.
All right.
All right, 20 total. Goes by uneventfully. You do hear the sounds as you're getting farther up into the mountains are different than you had been in the forest. You kind of got used to it for a while, listening to the sounds of the bugs and some of the nocturnal animals. It's a lot different up here. You don't hear as much. You hear more wind in general. Every once in a while you might hear a bird or something, or a moving rock, but nothing really stands out on your watch.
Cool. All right. I don't know. I'll wake Tez up.
Oh.
Hey, it's your turn. Your turn to take watch, buddy.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I didn't see shit, so hopefully it stays quiet for you too.
Okay. You sleep well.
Will do.
Perception.
Yep.
Looking good, friends.
All right, with that 8, you start trying to keep an eye out on things, and pretty quickly you start looking over at Jerry
Uh-huh.
and just kind of watching and wondering, is he really okay? I mean, he smoked that weed the other day. And you go back and looking at the road, and you see on the road itself, just kind of staring at the dome, not directly at you, there's just a bear, just chilling.
Oh.
Seems to be looking. It doesn't seem like it has seen everybody in here, but it seems that it noticed something up, and it's just kind of looking at.
How far is the bear?
From you, I'd say the bear's about 30 feet at this point.
How big is the bear?
It's pretty big. It's probably like you-sized, a little bit bigger than you, weight-wise.
Okay. Okay. Oh.
It's not like a bear or anything. It's a big old boy.
That changes what Tez was gonna do.
It's not, but it's not. Like I said, it doesn't look like it's being aggressive, or it's not even investigating the dome yet. It's just kind of keeping an eye out.
All right. I don't get the impression that it actually sees me or us in general. It's just looking towards us, correct?
Go ahead and roll me an insight check.
Uh-huh.
Or, you know what? No. We're going to make this a nature check. How about that?
God damn it. All right. That's a -1. Oh! That is fucking hilarious.
It is
At least it's not a 0.
Well, yeah.
It's not a 0. That's correct. It is not a 0. I mean, fucking bears, man. Who fucking knows how they work?
There's a bear. Okay. I am absolutely not going to wake anybody up because Tez would not wake somebody up over this. I'm going to walk over to the edge. I can tell where the edge of the dome is, correct?
Yeah, it's this like swirling, shadowy dome that you guys are able to pretty clearly see out of.
Okay.
You're aware of where the edge is.
Staying inside the interior of the dome, I'll just walk up to the edge and I'll just sit there and I'll just stare at the bear and I'll wait.
Okay. It kind of just... It's at that point, as you get a little bit closer, like, it hears you. It maybe not... It can't quite see you, but it kind of, like... seems to be, like, sniffing around, looking. And it's looking, like, not directly... Like, it's not making eye contact with you or anything, which it's kind of lending to, like... Who fucking knows if it can actually see me or not, but it's looking in, like, your general direction.
And it's grunting a little bit.
In that, like, I smell thing. Like, that kind of noise.
Okay. I'm going to wake up Taylor. I'm gonna kind of shake Taylor awake a little bit. Gently.
What's up?
Oh, I'm very sorry to wake you up, but you seem to, with your pet and all, be good with animals. I'd like to just let you know that not far from here, there's a gigantic grizzly bear.
Gigantic?
Well, I thought that at first that I might just go take care of it myself and let you all sleep. However, the more I looked, well, I might not be the smartest Leonin, but I know what I can wrangle with and what I can't.
Taylor, it's at this point as you kind of like sit up a little bit, listening to Tez. You look over and just barely like the head's just starting to poke through the dome because the dome doesn't keep anything out.
Ooh.
You see the head of a black bear. I mean, it's a fairly sized black bear, but it's a bear. Just kind of poking his head in as it now sees people inside here.
Taylor, that's what I'm talking about. This bear that can see us.
Very quietly wake the others, just in case, but don't make any sudden or fast or loud sounds.
I am going to slowly, exactly the way he put it, I'm going to walk towards the halflings, and that is also where my mall is, so I'm going to slowly walk that way.
I do not take my eyes off the bear.
I'm just keeping
The
calm
bear
like
doesn't take
nothing's
its eyes off of
happening.
you. At this point, it's just watching. It doesn't quite know what it's doing or what you are doing, but it's watching.
Am I awake yet?
I assume at this point they've woken. Like,
Yeah, I think we would have all kind of like gently woke everybody up, I would think.
What?
I'm like, guys, it's just a bear. What?
No,
What?
what
What?
Why did you wake me up for this? Just take care of it.
No, just let it be. It's just
Well,
But that's
curious.
what I mean by take care of it. Like, make it go away or make it go away. Or, like, yeah, let it root around. Is it going to, like, freak out trying to kill me?
I mean, if you try to punch it,
I'm not going to punch it.
To
I
be
just
quite
wanted you to be awake just in case.
Tyler, you two having grown up in the forest and seen plenty of bears, both of you go ahead and roll a survival check for me real quick. Or nature, whichever one you would prefer. You can roll either one. Okay, both of you would very strongly remember there's an old adage for bears that your father and your mother both taught you. If it's brown, lie down. If it's black, fight back.
Oh, Jesus.
yeah, just like don't get in a fight with it. But if you do, you can win. It's not hard.
More importantly, the adage means that if you're trying to scare it, it'll run off. They don't like
Oh,
black
can
bears.
I just calmly start walking towards the bear to see if it'll just go away?
I'm very good at scaring things.
As you get a little bit closer,
let me try something.
it starts kind of like chuffing, like looking at you a little bit. It's not really sure what you're doing or why.
Oh, look at that.
Completely forgot I had that spell.
Hey,
Are you using that spell?
I am.
All right. You instead of the grunting as your sister gets closer, you hear, "Go away! Go away!"
You go away.
I love it.
It suddenly like actually understanding you, kind of like takes a half step back. Make an intimidation check with advantage because it sure shit wasn't expecting that.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ. I'm not good at
It looks
intimidation.
back. It looks back at where it heard like the roughly bear noises that it's assuming that it heard. You go away.
I'll grab my maul and I'll stand up and I'll walk towards it menacingly and I will do a daunting roar and scream, "Fuck off!"
Okay. Is there a roll associated with that?
Not really. Well, there is. It needs to roll a DC Constitution check. And let me pull this up. Sorry I screamed in your guys' ear. I was really getting into it. It's a
It wasn't
DC
loud for me.
DC 14 Wisdom save. My mistake.
Well, it's a black bear, so it immediately. I'm gonna say it's terrified of you already. And yeah, so that's a 4 total because it had disadvantage. So I'm assuming it is there's some kind of effect on it. It's frightened or something.
It is frightened, yeah. It let's see.
That bear
here.
fucks off faster than any bear you've ever seen before. It runs.
Yep, it's
Bye.
it is afraid. Oh
Yeah.
Now we can all
it
go back
gone.
to sleep.
Works for me.
Yeah,
I
you're
just-
gonna lay back
I
down.
just lay back down since I never got up in the first place.
I think I still have some time left in my watch too.
You do, and it goes by relatively quietly. You don't see that bear anywhere near you anymore.
Okay.
Just afraid of that loud sound might draw something
decided,
else.
He decided not to come back for probably a good reason. So, but with that, your watch ends, and you tap someone else for it.
Who went first? I can't remember. Was it Finn or?
I was probably going to go
would
next.
go up.
Okay, wake him up. Oh,
Another bear?
oh no, not another bear. It's your turn.
Oh, okay.
But don't be afraid to wake me up if something happens.
No problem.
All right, and with that, go ahead and roll. Yep, 27. All right. You kind of keeping an eye out. You don't expect, because of the knowledge you have about that adage and kind of the nature of black bears, that bear's probably not coming back at all. But
Good.
Finn kind of made the point earlier. You're kind of watching for anything else that might have been drawn by the noise Tez made. And just listening, you do notice that the mountains seem a little quieter than they had been before.
Wonder why.
Yeah, wonder why. It's almost like there was a giant fucking roar of terror. That,
A roar of terror.
Probably echoed off the
something
mountain.
very something very loudly announced, "I am here. Stay the fuck away." So
I would like to use this moment right here as a very important point for the rest of the party. Tez did not think anything about that. He did not think that a loud noise was a big deal at all. His instinct was to scream at this motherfucker. Just to throw it out there.
That sounds about right.
fair. I mean, it seems to have worked. It scared the bear and literally everything in a half-mile radius, apparently.
Uh-huh.
So, but yeah, your watch goes pretty uneventfully as you kind of keep an eye out, and that bear's fucking gone. So, and it just kind of reinforces, guess Dad was right. Black fight back.
Yeah.
There you go.
But yeah, morning comes. Someone go ahead and roll a D100 for the weather.
Did
Whose
the
turn is
last
it
one.
this time?
I think it's Tyler, isn't it?
I think
Yeah,
it
I think it's
is.
looped back around.
She must be stoned off some mushroom thing or something.
I mean, probably.
Yeah,
Grooving with the potion.
probably.
She's just like, where are you talking to me?
Yeah, you
I
can
mean, I
roll
just need, I
D100.
need
It's
someone
your turn.
Yeah, I think it was your
Oh,
turn
okay.
for weather.
D100.
Yeah, we've all rolled now. It's all cycled all the way back to you.
Sorry, my cat made my arm fall
Whoa.
asleep, and I was like, God damn it.
Wow.
And
That
we have a
can't
be
tornado.
That's either really good or really bad.
Oh boy, a
I have
one on
a-
a weather shirt.
I have a
Right.
bad feeling.
Like I said, tornado.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys start going up a little bit. You start noticing the wind pick up a little bit more as you keep going up and up the mountains. And then the wind pressure itself and the strength of the wind kind of keeps the same level, but it starts getting colder
Oh,
and colder,
blizzard.
and the sky comes a little overcast. And just like that, you start feeling the ever soft landing of a few snowflakes hitting you guys as you continue up this mountain path. And then it
I
starts
don't-
intensifying.
I don't think I'm equipped
Pull the
for
cover
this.
up on the wagon.
I was not ready for this. It was just so hot.
Yeah.
Because as anyone who's ever been to Minnesota can tell you, it doesn't matter if it's fucking spring, you will still get snowed on.
Shit.
It better not last all day.
Yeah.
It's
4
offi-
hours later,
It is official. Every game that we all play in is now just in dead snow. It's just we can't avoid it at this point.
you guys keep going through, and it just keeps getting colder. You start trying to use some of the spare blankets you had in the back of the wagon. It helps a little, but it doesn't. It's not great. It's kind of at this point, like it's a little past noon. It doesn't seem to be letting up. You guys kind of start thinking about like maybe it might be a good idea to get off the road for the night or for the day and just let the blizzard pass while we stay warm. You can try and continue if you want. It might get a little more dangerous as you go, and you might risk some environmental effects if you do, or you can pull off for the day.
Yeah, I'd say pull off. I
Oh,
want to
so
risk
you're
damage in the wagon.
driving, Taylor, so I'll let you make that call. So I say we pull off too then.
Yeah, I'd rather keep the wagon safe.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. With that, you guys pull over, get a nice big roaring fire going, pop the dome up, and as soon as you do, you notice the smoke. Yeah, the smoke does just filter away into whatever Fey realm Tyler's. God damn it. Fucking hell. I was getting so good at not doing it, and then I've gone so long without playing that
Pretty
it's
funny.
happening again.
It's
You
pretty
are
funny.
so welcome.
God
Don't
damn,
worry, you'll kill them
that's
off
gonna be
one
like-
day.
That's gonna be a restriction the next campaign. Like, nope, not having
Won't
this.
do that next time, I promise.
But whatever Fey realm Tyler's been pulling this dome from seems to suck away the smoke, so it doesn't. It gets like it keeps the heat, thankfully, but it doesn't. You don't all like reek of bonfire like most people would in this situation. You just kind of spend the next 4 hours until evening, kind of chilling out, trying to keep warm, huddled in another one of the camping spots that seems to have some shade away from the storm itself, so you're not just getting constantly snowed on from the dome. You do notice that even though the dome is normally air conditioned, the air conditioning is not currently on because it's currently colder outside. So it's almost like thermally insulated.
Nice.
But it does
Turn
seem
off the air, turn on the heat.
finally like around after the sun has long been gone, the snow finally seems to let up, and it is no longer currently a blizzard out there. But it is now also time, if you guys wanted to go to bed, as it is now nighttime by the time that happens.
The sleeping session. That's what we've done most of the time.
It's
Yeah,
it's
mostly.
been pretty entertaining though, to be
I
honest.
do not disagree.
Yeah, so just a quick hint. Every time you guys like sleep for the night on travel sessions, I always roll a d6, and whatever however many watches you have and whatever number I get, that's when something happens. So you guys got lucky the first couple nights because I kept rolling in 5s and 6s and shit.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Now I'm rolling lower, so we'll see what if anything happens this time. So who would like to keep first watch?
I'll do it.
All right. As everyone kind of beds down for the night, unless anyone had anything to do, you are good to go ahead and make your perception check.
Nice.
Woo!
Good lord.
No kidding.
All right. It's a relatively quiet night. You do eventually hear the snow storm kind of die off. The wind slows down a little bit. It's kind of weird because you're used to a little more temperate weather around Elvenon, and even during the winters, even though you guys are this far north, Elvenon had pretty mild winters. So seeing a freak blizzard while you guys are just not even halfway up the mountains yet, a bit odd, but who knows? Maybe that's how it is up here.
Huh.
But your watch passes uneventfully.
Okay. I'll wake Finn up. Hey, I designated this next turn to be yours. Hope that's okay.
Shake him a little harder.
About to say he's still sleeping.
Yeah, cool. No, it's fine. Did you see anything?
Nope, just the snow died down.
No, that's good. We'll make tomorrow suck a little bit less.
Yeah, really weird though. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never really been here, but weird.
Yeah, it seems odd that 2 days ago we were like exhausted, sweating, and today it snowed. Climate change is real.
Really nice to start using so much coal.
Yeah, you find out magic. Huge carbon producer.
Yeah. Who knew?
All those fireballs and firebolts and eldritch blasts all just filling the air with carbon.
Not to mention the stinking clouds and things like that.
Yeah. I can't imagine
Well,
like
good night, Finn.
Alright. Go ahead and roll your perception check, Finn. As you and Elvis are sitting in the dome keeping an eye out and listening to the last of the snowfall. Okay. So 22.
Yep.
About halfway through your watch, you start hearing this odd, like, loud dripping and sound.
Mm.
And you start looking up and you notice part of the overhang that was kind of sheltering you guys from the storm. It looks like it might be warming up a little bit outside, and some of the snow from the overhang is melting and dripping onto the dome, and immediately just, like, it hits it, makes the sound, and then it's gone. But other than that, no other noises or anything of notice during your watch.
Alright, well, I'll wait for whatever time amount feels proper and go fucking wake up Taylor.
Alrighty.
Nudge Taylor awake. It's all you, man. I didn't see shit. I think it's warming up because the snow's dripping on the fucking weird dome thing.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, it's actually kind of soothing to listen to.
Yeah, I'll definitely listen for it.
Alright, man. Oh, your sister didn't see shit either, so.
Oh, good. Alright, have a good night.
Yep.
Alright, Taylor, go ahead and roll me a perception check, please. 15 total. Finn wasn't wrong. The sound of this dripping snow is kind of soothing to listen to. And you keep listening to it. It's about halfway through your watch. You've spent the entire time listening to it and keeping an eye out. You realize that sound made you have to go use the bathroom. It's like listening to too much dripping water.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Kind of go find a spot, hope nothing gets you, and thankfully nothing does because I rolled a goddamn 4, so you guys are clear for the night.
Woohoo!
So the next morning, as morning light slowly crests over the mountains, someone please go ahead and roll me a D100 for the weather.
I'll roll for the weather.
Okay, I'll get it next time.
19, alright. It does warm up, and there is still some melting snow out. Most of it seems to have melted overnight, though. However, it's not exactly hardened up from the sun yet. It is still a little moist out and muddy on the trail. So you guys are slowed down just a little bit more as you're making your way up the road. But it's at least light out, and it's not downpouring snow on you this time, so you're able to proceed forward at least a little bit.
Hell yeah.
Whoever wants to, for the events, go ahead and roll a D100, please.
I got this one.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
As you continue up the mountain ways, you start hearing what sounds like thunder roiling off in the distance.
Jesus,
And
what
then
the
it starts
fuck?
get-
The fuck is the weather like here?
Now here's the thing: as you're getting a little higher up into the into the mountains, there's a lot of you have a lot of sunlight still coming through. There's patchy clouds kind of all over, and you're able to still pretty clearly see there's a whole bunch of clouds up way higher than where you guys currently are. And off in the distance, in one of these clouds, that seems to be where the thunder is. And you guys are kind of peering off in the distance, and you see it light up a little bit with some lightning, and you hear some more thunder. And then a lightning bolt comes and slams into a mountain about 400 feet away from you guys, from that cloud. That's clearly like a mile off in the distance at least. And then there's some more lightning going off in the distance from that same cloud. And it almost seems like that cloud shifts farther away from you guys, farther north. Not in any kind of intercept path, but seems to move. I'm going to go ahead and have everybody roll a history check for me.
Why not?
Isn't it ironic that I am so
it's
stupid, but I have a 2 for my history?
I mean, it is a little funny, especially since you're not even from this fucking continent.
It came from my background. I'm pretty sure.
Well, I think so. Yeah.
I'm a learned scholar. Yeah.
Yep. Apparently. Most of you, the ranger apparently hasn't dealt too much with anything dealing with the mountains, but most of you at least have heard stories about giants. Tez is familiar with myths from his own land about certain kinds of giants that like to live up in the clouds and occasionally cause storms, especially when they're fighting amongst themselves. Finn, you specifically, though, as you're kind of you're thinking, what the fuck was that thunder and lightning? Then you start remembering, oh yeah, not even like 100 years ago, there was actually a crusade put together by the Imperials to march a force up into the mountains and invade the realm of the giants after some wayward storms had wrecked a bunch of the Riverlands. And while most of the Crusaders died while up there, it was officially declared a successful crusade. And there's not too many cloud and storm giants living well north of the Black Rise Mountains anymore. But if there are any, they would be living up in fucking clouds like that. And it's still told in stories that anytime they are arguing amongst themselves or just angry in general, you'll be able to see and feel the power of their storms coming from these clouds. And as soon as you start thinking about that and seeing that fucking cloud moving the way it is unnaturally to the north, when the wind's blowing to the south, you get the feeling that's probably one of the fucking giants over there that apparently got a little pissy and threw a hissy fit in his cloud.
I'll point at it and tell everybody what you just told me. It's a giant.
Oh. I thought that myself, but you confirmed it. That is not something that we want to be near.
Nope. But it seems like it's going farther away, so that's good, right?
Yes, indeed. We can wave goodbye to that and never mess with it again. Little worse than the black bear.
Yeah, I don't think roaring at this thing would make it go away.
No. And I wouldn't dare.
The rest of the day goes by uneventfully. Keeping an eye out on that cloud. It eventually moves out far enough away that you're not too concerned with it. It would have to get significantly closer to potentially harm any of you if it was trying to do that, which more than likely wasn't. From what you guys know about the history of giants, especially cloud and storm giants, they're not necessarily like malevolent creatures. They're more just not really concerned with the mortal races. So they're probably that was more than likely an accident that they just don't give a shit about. but you guys seem relatively in the clear. But continuing up the trail, it's still some slow going because of the mud, but you are able to make at least a little bit of progress. And judging by the lights you see off in the distance, you're probably about a day away from Yord at this point. So you probably have one more night of sleep, and then you'll be there.
Mm-hmm.
But find another campsite, get bedded down. You set up the dome. Who would like to, if there's anything you'd like to do before taking watches, go right ahead.
How close are we to Yord at this point? We think within a day?
Yeah, at this point you're within like a day's ride, hoping that nothing prevents you or slows you down or anything like that.
Are we like pretty well into the mountains at this point? Or
At this
are we
point,
just
yeah,
on the base?
you guys are pretty well into the mountains. You've been fighting an incline this entire time, as you've been moving up into them. And from what little information you have about Yord is built into the peaks of a couple of mountains. So it's pretty fucking high up there. And the incline's been it's still manageable enough that the horses are able to do it without having to, stop every 5 minutes to rest, but it hasn't been quick going. You guys are going maybe a third of the speed you had been on flat ground, fighting that incline the entire way. But you're pretty well into the mountains at this point.
And just to be super clear, apart from the architecture and the structural, the way it's built, we don't really know much about Yord. We're just kind of fleeing to Yord, correct? Because we feel like it's a neutral, quiet area. Just to clarify.
The general information... Yeah, the information you guys have been given, Yord was one of the cities that Torol thinks could be swayed over to their side. You didn't have a whole lot of information other than the current leader. You have no idea if there's any efforts currently by the Voiceless to try and sway him, or if they're even in his court influencing him at all. That was the information that you were given by the rangers outside of Oakland, telling you to go to the inn. But yeah, you don't have a whole lot of information. None of you have been there. Only Taylor has heard some stories about it, and they're kind of an aloof people who kind of keep to themselves and don't really they really aren't much for shaping the status quo. Much like the mountains, they're kind of stoic. They just kind of stay up there and do what the hell they want because they're in the mountains. So,
well, there's not much more we can do to prepare, so let's bed down for one more night and then take our chances.
Works for me.
Good plan.
All right, who is taking the first watch?
I can. I was gonna say I could do it just because last watch I didn't do one, so I can throw one up. Oh, not great. Not super great.
Okay.
I'm combing my mane.
You are combing your mane, and you're having a good time with it. You look over at your three little companions and just think, man, they are awesome. I love having those little halflings.
I love them.
It's just so nice. And you turn around, and you see back towards the road again, there's a fucking black bear sticking its goddamn head into the dome.
God damn it.
But this time, in addition to the black bear, you see two little bear cubs sticking their head into the dome too.
Oh, that's much worse. Wait, are you being serious?
I'm being serious.
Sure. Okay, I will slowly, if I can, I'm going to slowly make my way to Tyler. Oh, Tyler.
Okay.
Oh wait, yeah, no, I'm sorry. Taylor's the one that speaks with animals, correct?
Yes.
They both can, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, they do.
I think you've only seen Taylor do it, though.
I've only seen Taylor do it, so I'm gonna go to Taylor. Taylor. Hello. Oh, wake up.
Yeah.
This is not a dream. This is happening again, except it's a little bit worse. And I'll point, and then I'll kind of point a little lower. This one has some babies. Now, I'd prefer not to kill this mother. Would you like to try your trick one more time?
I think since your scream worked so well last time, just try and scare him off.
I think it's so funny that you're so tired that these fucking this bear is sticking its head in. You're like, just scream at it. Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
Okay. I'll stand up and I'll walk towards the bears. How close can I get?
I wouldn't get too close. That might think the mama might think you're threatening the cubs and attack. So, I would
Okay.
do it from a distance.
I'm definitely going to make my way over to get. Actually, I would have my maul. I'd have it near me. So, God, I'll scream at it again.
Do it.
I'm not gonna actually scream at it like I did earlier, but I'll use Daunting Roar again, and I will scream at the bear, and it has to make a DC 14 Wisdom saving throw.
That is a 13 total.
Okay, good.
It seemed to be expecting it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this time, yeah, it's still, even though the cubs immediately back off. They duck their heads out of the dome. But the mom, who seemed to be like willing to stand up a little bit more, for whatever reason, falters.
Wait, what'd you say it was it's a 13?
Yeah, 13 total.
It's a DC 14.
So yeah, it fails.
Oh, okay. I thought you were
Yeah,
implying
he
that
was just
you
trying to fail.
succeeded. Oh,
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, cool.
Yeah, no, it
I
failed.
apologize.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
for whatever reason, the mom tries to stand and falters and backs
I gotcha.
up and
I gotcha.
leaves from the dome once again.
Goodbye.
I'm sure that scream woke everybody.
Whatever
up.
I brought
probably
it back,
woke-
and-
yeah.
100%. I
Woke
fucking
every-
like pop awake with like Eldritch Blast crackling, ready to go.
I'm also guessing that the bear is so gone that nobody saw it, so I'm just standing there screaming. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
It was one.
again,
It was
the bears were gone.
It was
Like,
another
again.
bear, and this time they had some cubs.
Oh,
Well,
I missed it.
I wanted to do it a
Man.
little quieter, but Taylor told me to scream at it, so I did, and I roared.
That's cool.
I mean, it seemed to work.
It
I
worked,
just,
yes.
I just didn't want you to approach it because the mama might think you're threatening the cubs and just flat out attack. So, it's best to just do that from a distance.
Okay.
So the louder the better for that.
That makes sense. And as I've said before, I've learned so much from all of you, and I appreciate it so much.
Anytime. I'm gonna go back to bed.
I'll finish
Yeah.
my watch.
Yep.
All right, the rest of your watch goes by uneventful. Who you tapping for the next watch?
Oh, wake up, Finn. Finn!
Yes. What?
It's time for your watch. I hope that you
Okay.
have a good night's sleep.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Lay down, and I bet it's not 30 seconds.
I'll move to the other end of the dome. Out of the range a little bit. And yeah, then just fucking post up with Elvis and start watching. There you go.
Yeah. As you keep watch, you don't see any signs of bears. And the rest of the night, your part of the watch for that night goes by uneventfully, it seems.
Alright. I will pick. I'll look up Taylor. Since he told Tez to fucking roar at the bears, he can take third watch.
Poor Taylor.
There,
It's fine.
there you go.
He's good now.
I didn't see shit. Whatever Tez did must scared off everything, so.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. Good luck.
All right. As you keep an eye out, watching for anything, It's about halfway through your watch, early in the morning, and you can't fucking believe it when a
Oh my
mom
God.
black bear
Holy
and
fucking
two
shit.
cubs slowly poke their head into the dome and immediately lock up.
And immediately, what? I couldn't hear of a snore.
They immediately lock eyes with you and just kind of watching to see what you're going to do. The mom kind of darts her eyes over at the loud snoring Tez before going back to you.
And I will speak with animals again.
Okay.
Just go away and everything will be fine.
We just wanted warmth and food. We weren't going to harm.
Oh,
Well, then I can actually accept that. So if you stay on that side, we'll stay on this side. You can come in and stay warm.
We can do that.
I will let my friends know, but they may be startled when they wake up, so just be warned.
Okay. We'll try. We'll run if they get startled.
No, they should be okay. I'll keep them under control, and I'll toss them a couple of my spare rations.
She kind of helps the kids eat them and a little bit, and eats a little herself, and looks at you very gratefully.
And I will walk up to everybody and nudge them awake and say, "Hey, just so you're aware, the bear's in the camp, and I spoke to it. All it wants is food and warmth. So I fed it, and they can stay in the side. So just don't be alerted when you wake up." And I'd go to do that for everybody.
I'm gonna share my food
Oh, yeah.
and try to make friends with the babies.
Just no fast movements.
Oh, Taylor, tell the mother I'm terribly sorry for screaming earlier.
And I will. Oops,
All right.
sorry for the screaming. It was, we just weren't sure what was going to happen.
We will behave. And they kind of take one corner of the camp and just kind of bed down a little bit all together. Just seeming like they want to keep warm. You get the sense, especially because you're a little more attuned to nature and you're like the weather patterns and things. They probably woke up from hibernation now that it's technically spring, and have been looking for food and starving this entire time. So a freak storm like that would not be great for them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So that's more than likely. Like, while they might have been scared off by Tez the first time, the freak storm probably made them like they kind of had no other options at that point.
Yeah, it totally makes sense.
So, but yeah, other than the bears now camping in the corner of the camp, the rest of your watch goes by uneventfully. And as the rest of you wake up, you do still notice the bears over in the corner still sleeping a little bit. The mom kind of like half awake, keeping an eye out to see if anyone's going to try and fuck with them. But someone go ahead and roll the D100 for the weather today.
Who's up?
I think it's you, Tez.
Alrighty. Wish me fucking luck. Yes, again!
Jesus.
2 69s in a row? It is my night.
Gonna have to name this session the bare minimum.
That's what I'm talking about.
I hate that. I love it at the same time.
That's funny.
Yeah, I could do it easily.
All right. As you continue through on the road, leaving the bears behind in their little camp spot, as they're kind of watching you, but just trying to keep what little bit of warmth is still in the camping area. You continue on the road. It is another overcast day, but it doesn't seem to be too cold or too hot or anything like that. And the mud that had been slowing you down the day before seems to have solidified a little bit. Well, it's not smooth roads by any means. It's enough that you're not slowed down by anything this time. And the trip through the day goes by uneventfully. You see a couple branches off of this mountain road leading down into valleys and into other mountains. You see a couple little mountain homesteads that people have made here in the valleys. But towards the end of the day, as evening approaches, there's still just enough light for you guys to eventually see what is known to everyone else as Yord, the City of Skies. And you're pretty quickly, it's easily enough to see why. This is easily the highest city in the Empire, as well as a city called the City of Skies. Each of these buildings that you're seeing on the map, they're actually mountains.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Nice.
Cool. Shops and homes are built into the mountainsides themselves, with small roads going down in between them all into valleys.
That's really
You do see
cool.
several of the larger peaks seem to have these very large, almost like laundry lines, almost going between the peaks. And it isn't until you get a little bit closer you're able to see there's a few people that are riding these lines between the mountains.
Like a zip line?
Cool.
Almost like a zip line. And you start thinking maybe it is like a zip line, and then you see someone go from a lower peak to a higher peak on one of these, up a zip line.
Oh, that
That's a
doesn't make
pulley
sense.
system.
I don't get it.
So it might be a pulley system.
Huh.
It's kind of hard to tell. At this point, you guys are at the base of one of these cliffs, or one of these mountains, and just kind of looking up and seeing it's not a frequent travel or anything like that. It's not like there's plenty of people always on these lines, but every couple of minutes, you might see someone cross one of the lines over to another mountain peak, something like that. But for all intents and purposes, you guys have arrived at Yord, the City of Skies.
Nice.
And with that is where we're going to end the session for the night.
Nice.
All right.
All right.
So I
You
will
guys
end
have
the
finally made
recording
it to your
here.
destination.
So I will end the recording here. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you next time.